So hard Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lions League Season 2. Today, I am not alone. I am joined by the wonderful Nikon. So, how are you doing today, good sir? And I think you might be muted. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes, I am. Sorry. This is my pleasure. My first time casting with you, Tom.
That's all right. No, it's great to have you here. It's great to have you on Lions League. I'm very much looking forward to halve the workload on my voice because things can get pretty spicy here at Lions League, and well, I've only got 2 bottles of water with me today, which is 2 less than I normally need to get me through one of these best of threes. But today it is, of course, the Royal Artillery versus the Infantry. And up first we have the Royal Artillery pick of Overpass. The Infantry will be starting on the CT side. Our second map will be Train, that is, of course, picked by the Infantry. And the Royal Artillery will be starting on CT side. And our third and final map pick for today will be Mirage, which will, of course, be decided by a knife round. So, give me. I'm going to throw you straight under the bus here. I
Throw
don't
me
know
in.
if you know
Throw me in.
anything about any of these teams, but first of all, if you do know anything about any of these teams, what are you most looking forward to? And if you don't, which is perfectly fine, because I don't know too much either, because the players change pretty much every week. Because obviously it's hard to keep down a team of 5 in such circumstances. But yeah, what are you most looking forward to? And if you don't know anything about the teams, what are you most excited about in terms of the maps?
Well, I haven't seen these teams play before. I have seen a bit of the Lions League. I've seen the Royal Signals absolutely trash their arch nemesis, the Sappers, which I'm sure that won't go down too well. But so they secured themselves the top spot in this league, and so tonight is a fight, I believe, for the third spot in the table in the league, isn't it? So infantry and artillery, there is actually something pretty big up for grabs. So you definitely want to be on that pedestal at the top three. So it is going to be a good game, no matter what happens. I don't know any of the players, unfortunately, yet until we get into the server and see what they're about. But um, I really hope we just see some really good coordinated team play. I've got a massive analytical head, and I'm really keen to break down what I see in some of these rounds and what I'm seeing the teams do right and wrong. But I love that we've got Overpass. I mean, are you an Overpass fan, Tom?
Oh, if you know me, you know that I very, very much enjoy casting Overpass and watching Overpass and playing Overpass. I just love Overpass, man. It's the best map in
What's
the
your
game
favorite
by
element
far.
about? Yeah, what's your favorite thing about it?
What about Overpass? It's the fact
About
that
Overpass?
is so T and CT sided depending on how well you're playing it as a map. It's one of those ones where there's an infinite amount of smokes you can use for every single bomb site, every corner, and and it looks like we are going to be going right into the game, and it is the infantry on the CT side. We got a little bit of long aggression, in fact, a lot of long aggression early on from these Ts. Little bit of lag just to start things off here, but that should be cleaned up pretty soon. Apologies for the lack of radar. That will be fixed ever so shortly. But in the for the time being, we got Big JD making his way through bathrooms. I hear a knife coming out. I believe that is just to pick up the pace a little, and it will be Hero Waffle taking down Connor to start things off.
Here we go. Yes, we've got a
Two
big
trades.
push in from the Royal Artillery. Yep. Onto the A bomb site. Infantry looks like they're locking them out. They're still trying to push in up that banana onto the bomb site and hold around the yellow crate. See if they can get the bomb down in a default position.
And that is Big JD going to find himself a headshot along with his teammate BM finding 2. It's a 3 versus 2 situation here. And oh, what a great headshot from Bazman, swinging around the dice
Lovely.
to find one in bank. And it is now all onto Hero Waffle with only 6 HP to his name. I'm not sure how well he will fare here. And Bazman will absolutely obliterate him with a nice little one-tap just to rub things in despite only having 6 points of health.
Clean first round there for the Royal Artillery. Straight up. Oh, we've had a player drop out, so no doubt we'll be hitting up into a technical timeout. But what a clean round to get straight up there on that presence up long. And I'm always pretty scared if I'm T side. I don't know about you, Tom, to get up there, especially with the USP, it's got that massive range advantage there on long. I don't know. I'm always a little bit of a coward to take that fight up there on long on pistol round. So massive respect to those guys. I mean, would you take that ballsy strat?
Oh, I tell you what, that is by far my favourite round one strategy on T side. I got my smoke for
Really?
bank and we just burst out onto side with flashes and mollies, and oh, it's an absolute kill farm for BM as he bursts out onto that B bomb site. Two absolute freebies for him as they try and boost up, but they fail it. And they just gift him the bomb site effectively. BM pushing for more, Big JD finding another, and it's all down to that's a lot of M's in that man's name, but I'm just gonna go with RDM.
RDM.
RDM with
RDM.
nothing more,
Yeah, I mean that was
nothing more
always
than a
meant to go the way like this. The pistols up against the AKs and the Galils there. This was always going to be the Royal Artillery, and they did exactly the right thing. They didn't let the infantry bunch up anywhere and pick them off. They came in hard and fast, and there we go. The last kill by Connor there to clean up the round. Nobody's died, and no one has to buy in next round.
Yeah, excellently done. They don't give up any kills as well, which is a massive bonus. And yeah, as you said, it saves them from doing a lot of reinvestment. All they need to do is buy up a couple of bits of utility. And huzzah, we have a radar back. So we can now properly get, well, okay. There, oh, hello. We are jumping right into
We
things
fast
here.
forwarded.
And
Fast forwarded to a
we've
big
skipped the
presence.
beat.
It's
No,
all good
it's
though,
fine.
because
Over
we are
to you,
seeing some
Nickel. Go
action.
for it.
Action unfolding down here on the B site as BM is leading his team in. I believe he is the IGL for this artillery side. Utility going over towards that lower CT door to keep those players in bay. But they are thinking about this retake. We've got a 3-on-3 retake. Cray picking up a lovely kill there on short. Skolex picking up another. We've got a 2 versus 2 dancing around the smoke. He'll be able to find another. There's only one CT left. Wondering whether he's going to come in through that monster position, but he is locked out of sight and he doesn't have a kit. And I do not think this is doable. I think he's thinking of already just trying to get an exit frag now. The round is signed, sealed, and delivered by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, I thought I was the only one who made pop culture references whilst casting. It's an absolute pleasure to have a fellow man of taste on board. And producer Alex whispering into our ears from above also enjoys having another man of pop culture taste on board. But no, as he was saying, the CT was running out of time, so it was advisable to maybe try and go for an exit frag, but at the same time he manages to save up weaponry and armor, which is far more profitable in this instance than perhaps accidentally dying to the bomb explosion. But now it will be another rocky buy from the infantry. They're going to be forcing, well, not forcing up, they'll be buying up into some 5.7s here and a Deagle. But not that that's going to matter as Connor sprays down 2, make that 3, Bazman with another, Cray only finding 1 with that somewhat hero M4, and it's all down now to Demples in a 1 versus 4, nothing more than a 5.7 to his name. And now no name to be had as he gets mown down by Connor as well. And he nets himself a nice little 4K there in round number 4.
Yeah, what an unfortunate round there, but the bye was always going to be rocky, and now this is where we're really going to be seeing a fair fight, is what I would say. The infantry are rocking into this round with 6k in their back pockets, in their wallets. They are absolutely stacked, and I'm really interested to see how these guys are going to play it. But the Royal Artillery not really defaulting very much. They are coming in hot and fast with all of these set-piece executes, and Cray's going to be finding himself an absolute lineup here. Ooh. He hits a collapse through a flashbang. That's absolutely insane. Squikes manages to pick up the frag there over on the barrel position. BM picks up the other, but RD holding out in the water.
Oh, I love that pronunciation. It was flawless. But what a great play with the orb to start things off into this round. It will get traded pretty quickly, and it's now back to the CT's favour as RD finds Skoyex as well. He's going to find another one. BM looking the wrong way, and it's now down somehow to a 3 versus 1 after those 2 clean trade frags come back in the way of the Royal Artillery. Bomb has been planted though. There is a chance for Connor to spray down Hero Waffle, but RDM is ensuring he's keeping him busy. Oh, and just in the nick of time, the bomb's going to get defused there. Infantry will net themselves their first round.
Yeah, just in the nick of time as well. And that's great to see that patience there where they were going through those rocky buys. You know, the start of the road wasn't great, but they've come in strong. And they've completely punished that Royal Artillery plow, you know, where they're going for the old school Virtus plow strat, where they don't need to fan out, they don't need to slow down any of the default utility. They're just going to come in hot and heavy, and they completely got punished there by the infantry, who had the better weaponry. RDM picking a lovely one up there by the fountain, and Hero Waffle picking up another one as well. These these complete pushes here. They're not playing in buddy systems at all, the Royal Artillery. They're coming bowling in, not really thinking about where they're trying to get map control or why they're looking to take the map control. They're just trying to take fights, and it's not going well for them for this round.
No, really well said. They aren't using they aren't doubling up, which is costly because they're not going to set themselves up for any trade frags. And I'd say the best strategy for a default on your T side of Overpass is to send maybe one out onto A looking for info, two in connector, and two towards that B short area, just so you have a lot of information and map control at the same time. And depending on whether or not you lose a frag or you gain a frag, you can see where you need to go next. And Craig, picking up Skoyex there as it comes out of the connector is just sort of going to seal the fate of this round, I'd say. It's a 5 versus 2. It's not impossible, but with 45 seconds left and this boost coming over, the Royal Artillery have got nothing to do but retreat here, really. A bit of a messy smoke from Cray, a large gap in it. I'm not sure if that was intentional. Probably not, I'd say. But yeah, this looks like it will be a save round coming in from the Royal Artillery.
Absolutely, and so they should. There's an AWP there and an AK, which could be really, really massive as they carry it over to the next round. I think they'll be on a one-loss bonus now after winning all those rounds and just losing the last one. So I'm unsure yet whether they'll have some money to buy. I know Skoyex is wielding quite a bit of dollar there on his bank. He's got 5.5 grand already, so they could probably buy in some AKs and armor in on the next round. But the CT infantry play that so well. They went out and took those early fights there at bottom connector, and anyone else that was getting greedy for those early picks up on Fountain and Party, and then they pulled it right back to the sites, came back and played the objective. And suddenly then the Royal Artillery had to spend all their time checking all these spots which the infantry had just been seen in. And they can't then do any of these fast pushy plays because they know they have to check their corners at this point. So really, really well played there. You see a lot of CT teams make the mistake on Overpass where they just sit right back at site and they let the Ts just walk all over the map and get full map control and then just roll in with these executes. But as we go into the next round, we can see RD. Yeah, great nade over there towards the back of Fountain.
Yeah, Big JD already taken down to 58 points of health, and is it Skolex or Skoyex? One of the two is down to 77. Yeah, Skoyex down to 77 off the back of that really great frag grenade, but RDM is getting up close and personal and long, and he decapitates BM before he gets a say in this round. It's now a 5 versus 4 situation. Again, the infantry getting the opening kill, and it's really playing to their favour so far. Bazman might look to swing this with his MAC-10, but instead wants to pick up that AWP. And it won't be contested as already he's found his way, RDM found his way entirely back to the A bomb side without anyone swinging him. And again, as you were saying, the opportunities for trade fragging is there, but they just don't have anyone in a suitable position to go for them on this Royal Artillery side.
No, absolutely not. And they played that so well there where they moved back in the toilets. Although Big JD is moving in now, the smokes from Skoyex coming over the top. This retrieved AWP on Bazman is going to move in, and it looks like it's definitely going to be an A play. With 30 seconds left to go, RD has played absolutely brilliantly there this round, just picking up everyone that walks into his crosshair line of sight. Skoyex running away. They need to save this AK and AWP again. They're not going to have a look in onto that A site with 20 seconds to go. And they just need to sit tight and think about their game plan there. But they completely changed pace there, but it wasn't for the better. They just really got held up there at the back of Party, Fountain area, and they just, that forward pressure being applied by the infantry on the CT side meant that they were kind of just waiting around, being a little bit scared, thinking, oh no, we've lost our guy long, we need to retrieve this AWP. And they just couldn't really get anything going after that, although they did get a good kill there. And oh no, Demples is going to get that kill after time as well. No money in that man's back pocket there.
Well, luckily he was, not doing too badly in terms of money going into this next round. He does have 3k in the bank, which is more than JD can say for himself. It's going to be a bit of a rocky force buy here for the Royal Artillery, and well, they're going to have an AK and AWP with a full util on their AWPer. Otherwise, Big JD limited to a Deagle, and BM now limited to 20 points of health after a great flick shot. Very unfortunately, only connecting to the legs. And with a 4-3 scoreline, it's not the best place to be in.
No, absolutely not. And you can see the artillery has slowed it right down. There's guys wielding upgraded pistols like the Deagle and stuff, and they're really hoping that the AWP and the rifle is going to be making the play, but Cray, beautiful spot there over at Party to take out BM. This AK is going to try to be retrieved as the pop shot gets fired, and Big JD figuring out where on earth he can try and open things up for his T T teammates. But he's going to swing in there. The shot whizzes past his ear, and he's going to move up to the rock on long. But the bomb is actually down towards Monster B. It's going to be left at the back here. Skoyex, I think, is going to try bait in so that Connor can pick up a kill afterwards. But they're walking into two CTs. RDM is there, and Demple's going to pick up the kill on short as well.
No.
The Monster is just sat there with the AWP, and he's running away. He's going to be shot in the back if he's not careful here. RDM is not going to go chasing that down. He doesn't need to. Really well disciplined there.
No, the double swing was so badly timed, and that missed shot from Connor. He doesn't miss for a second time. I'm not sure what Demples was trying to do there, continuing to push after luckily escaping with his life that first time round. But no, I think for the sake of ease, we might just have to call RDM. I am finding the pronunciation quite amusing, but why are they all pushing these two players? There's only 10 seconds left. I know they're trying to take these weapons away, but they've just let 3 of their team die to what is effectively already lost causes. There is just an AWP left. Keeney does find Connor. It's not after time, but okay, admittedly, I didn't quite see how boosted their bank balances were. There's a bit more of a reason for them to go hunting here. Cray on 9k and Demples had 10k. Some might say. But yeah,
they've all got their credit cards out.
They do. They most certainly do.
It's looking really, really healthy. Here we go. We're going to see a big old fast push 5-man stack into the Monster. They're going to go straight through this.
Oh, he's done it again!
The lap there from Cray. That's absolutely insane. RDM swinging through this smoke. Picks up 2 for 1, 3 for 1.
Oh.
What a blinding wipeout there for the infantry. They're just playing the mind game now. There's such a psychological game behind CSGO where the fact that they're willing to just throw bodies in, they don't care who dies. The Royal Artillery, which came in so strong into this game, have had the wind completely taken out of their sails now as they slow things down into an eco round here and think, how on earth are they going to come back with the buy round?
That was an absolute massacre. That's the second time Cray has hit a collateral on Monster. And just to add insult to injury, both of them were headshots and through smoke. And I think even the edge of the tunnel, like that was just monstrous there. And RDM coming in to clean everything up. Oh, just adding insult to injury left, right, and center. And now it's back to the Pistols. They are swinging in through mid, and Connor gets a great 1D onto Hero Waffle, removing him from the equation early on. RDM gets spotted now. He needs to be careful. He's being swung by all angles. Finds a head of one, but he isn't going to find the head of an X. Skoyex will be taking him down with nothing less than a Glock. And now they have weapons and util to march their way towards this A-bomb site. Smoke's being deployed. Molly's going down. Big JD sees one on the truck position, and he will be able to plant in the smoke pretty comfortably. Connor finding Keeney as well. It's now a 4 versus 2 situation, despite being on an absolutely drastic buy at the start of this round.
Absolutely, what a turn of events here. I was almost writing off this round, and now the CT's desperately trying to think about coming back into this. I'm not even sure they're certain about it, although Cray hits a lovely HE over there. They could swing into this if they get it right, but the bomb is planted for the toilets. And Bazman with that deagle is surely going to be a write-off now. Demple's absolutely sent into another dimension with that deagle. 1 deag on his face, although they have the money to buy back in. That is also going to be a massive blow to their confidence to lose up against upgraded pistols like that. Then suddenly now, things are a bit more back on an even playing field as we are level again since the first round at 5-5.
There was a lot of 1Ds that round. Some truly impressive pistol skill from the Royal Artillery there. And they are coming to show that they are hungry for this 3rd place finish in Lions League Season 2. I mean, the bragging rights must surely be just glorious walking into the base next day. But Hero Waffle will be picking up Big JD to start things off. BM with the trade onto RDM. He's looking for more. He's pushing around into short, but it will be Keeney to take him down instead. Now a 4 versus 3 situation for the CT side here. Keeney is low health, but he's bagged himself an AK.
Yeah, AK and all the information down there as well. Water is completely clear. And the 3 terrorists are stuck here at the fountain. I think they're going to get this bomb and maybe think about going back around to B. But all that information there, you can see as well that Cray's got that all the way down long. He knows that whole arm of the map is clear. And it means that Hero Waffle can just watch the toilets position here, as no doubt the T's will be making their way into this position. But they haven't had any presence here for so long. They have no idea where the CTs are going to be dug in on this map. And with only 50 seconds towards the B site, they've got to be really methodical and keep this clean as they move in. But Keeney is low, as you said, and maybe they're using that information to know that one of these two players over here at B is low is going to be their gambit to come in and take this site.
Oh, and it doesn't even matter whether he's low or not. A quick headshot from Skoyex will be removing him clean from the bomb site. Flashbang coming over as well means Skoyex is able to get a second on the water player. Now pushing up to the back lines. Finds another! Hero Waffle falling as well. A beautiful 3k entry from Skoyex there. Cray now on the AWP, looking to see if he can get anything to come back into this, but no. Skoyex is holding the angle if he pushes, and is he actually going to be walking forward? No, he will be retreating back up the staircase onto the A bomb site, and wow, what an incredible, explosive round from the Royal Artillery, namely Skoyex, putting up 3 on the board there. 3 fantastic entries.
Absolutely blowing my mind there with his absolute face-melting shots as he came in for the entry on water. Fantastic play there, and what a good call there by the IGL for the artillery to slow it down at Fountain. Think about where they've already got one of those CT players low on the other side of the map, and then pulling his team over towards B to get a really, really good round clean-up there. And Skoyex absolutely deserving the MVP and picking up the backpack there and carrying his team over the line to make it 6-5.
No, I'll tell you what, the one thing about the Royal Artillery that I'm not liking as much though, they've gone for a lot of very apart from that last round, which was really well thought out and methodical, they've been relying quite heavily on aim and sort of punchy plays. I say like this, they're going straight down towards Monster again, and whilst it will work perfectly for them this time around, against against a rifle round, I would much prefer to see them do some long range smokes, because there's so many opportunities for some fantastic smokes to be thrown on a map such as Overpass. Like, there's a numerous amount you can throw from T spawn onto this B bomb site. You can sell fakes, you can do all sorts, and they have been relying a lot on punchiness and aim.
Completely, and it's only going to work so many times, although BM picks up a kill there with an assist from a teammate. I think that's an accidental there, and they're just going to try and play close here. Hero Waffle being able to pick up 2 here. Absolutely insane around the pillar on the B site here, and we know that Connor's coming in through Monster. He's going to be killed as well. There's only 1 T left coming down from heaven. The defuse is coming in. It's BM. Oh, he does pick up that. There's no time left on it at all. That does secure the round 7-5, but my goodness, that was really hairy for a moment there. They completely lost site control on that retake.
Wow, that was an incredibly strong effort from the infantry on that retake there. I'm not sure they actually had a kit or not though, so despite the heroics of the P250, unfortunately I think the round was always secured by the Royal Artillery. If they'd done that mere seconds earlier, then perhaps it would have been a different story. But you know, props to I believe Hero Waffle for that excellent play with a double on that P250 as they were trying to get out of the bomb site. But no, it was too little too late, and I mean, what can I say? That was pretty much from the start a Royal Artillery round. He has damaged their economy, but not to the extent that they won't be able to buy, because Skoyex is on 10k, Bazman on 6.4, and Connor on 4.8.
Oh, wonderful shot through the edge of the smoke there. Cray punishing that, and I was just about to praise the artillery side here for really, really patiently splitting up. They had 2 down at the back of Monster and 3 up here at the Fountain, really spreading out across the map, but Cray completely taking that B side of the map information. Look at all the CTs rotating over towards the A site now, and this would be a massive read and a play here if the artillery decide to go back towards B, because they've only got that 1 player down in water, but 3 are waiting on the A site for them to come in. Connor with that AWP, where is he going to decide to take this bomb as Big JD clears around the toilets into this mid banana area up towards the A site? Look at this boost as well.
Well, this is a very important round for the Royal Artillery to take, because if they take this round, that means they've won the first half. And with Overpass being such an even map, in my opinion, especially if both teams are pretty clued up on both each other's strategies and the map as a whole. Oh, well, just interrupting myself there. A great shot from Cray. The boost clearly paying dividends, making this now a 4 versus 2 situation. Hero Waffle on the flank as well. Going to find Connor. It's now Skoyex left in the 1 versus 4. 10 seconds left on the clock. He's going to find one, but he's been spotted out. And down he will go to RDM, eagerly awaiting his head round that corner. And that's a 6th round on the board for the infantry. The Royal Artillery have not been allowed to slip away with this half just yet.
Absolutely not. What a bunch of little Einsteins the infantry are as well. That one kill by Cray from that player that's doing the little poke play for the artillery out at the bottom of the monster position. They knew that that was BM, which I think is the IGL that they dropped over there, and that kind of left the artillery a little bit guessing where they needed to go. And the infantry, what a massive read to pull over all three there over towards the A site and just leave one guy in water B. But we're going to see a massive presence over towards the B site this time. 2 already in water, 2 down by Monster Tunnel, and just another player watching the rear. BM, just making sure that no one's pushing in behind, but we are seeing a strong lockdown. Walls of smokes coming in and a boost coming in over into the water position. Big JD, I think, is spotting it. Connor is going to shut it down.
No, that was very risky. They made so much noise boosting each other up there that they gave their position up to 2 different terrorists. And RDM will be finding a trade. Hero Waffle actually good for another. I mean, it will be a 4 versus 3 situation. Big JD looking to get onto this bomb site through short. But the CTs have them on lockdown for the time being. Connor sticking it out on short with his teammate. But Cray is getting very, very hungry. He's got another one. Cray,
like that.
Absolute insanity from the Orpa here. So aggressive in that monster position, but it's been paying off so much for him in this game so far. Big JD will get caught up in a Molotov, down to 68 points of health. He needs to grab the bomb if he wants to get anything done in this round. What a great headshot to follow it up onto Cray. But it's RDM and Hero Waffle to close out the round, making it a 7-7 scoreline, and the half is still in contention.
Absolutely. This to me feels like we haven't seen a best of 3 go all 3 maps, I think, for a really long time on Lions League, and I would love it that third place here should go to a best of 3 all the way. And what fantastic play and return play there. The CT side really waking up there towards the end of this first half. And the aggression from Cray, what a fantastic AWPer. But we are seeing, again, massive push, massive lean early on towards B. Is Cray going to hit another one? He does hit one through the smoke. He's such a joker. I can't believe I'm seeing. Although Skoyex is going to find that frag straight away. No more naughtiness now. But Keeney is up close. He is going to find one player. He does manage to get one. He does know that that bomb was being planted in the smoke. He's called over surely for a big rotate. Skoyex finds one here. Bazman working his way through the smoke. Oh, he was seen second but shot and got the kill first. What a massive play there. And it's only RDM to lose that round. 8-7 at the end of that half. What are your thoughts?
I mean, that was an absolute clean-up, really. They nailed that round in every sense of the word. I mean, they got rid of the initial threat, which is Cray. I'd say if he did manage to find his 3rd collateral of the CT side, that probably would have been a different story. But no, they keep it under control. They only lose 1 to him this time. I mean, I suppose it really is the luck of the draw when you're pushing Monster that many times against the poor AWPer. And the fact that Keeney's spray was really, really rocky on that first player on the bomb site especially, meaning he doesn't have enough time to swing the planter, puts their prospects of winning that round in complete jeopardy. But Connor will be opening things up into this round with 2. Keeney only finding 1 back for the trade. He's almost good for another one, but the 180 doesn't quite come through. Cray, in the meantime, looking to pick up this bomb. He's walked over it about 5 times now, eventually picking it up and shoving it in the backpack. But no, there's an almost clear A bomb site. There is one rotation coming back up towards it now. I think they've realized that the B push is either not coming in or at least very delayed. They have actually gone for an A gamble stack though, and the bomb is going to be
and the infantry
right into it.
Yeah, and I think the infantry have fallen for this hook, line and sink. They're about to walk in to a CT stack of players here. Skoyex watching at the back. Big JD, what a lovely peek. Bazman just comes up behind Hero Waffle, slaps him on the back of the head, and Skoyex clears up the last one as well on Cray. 9-7. They maintain that lead on this second side of the match, and it's really, really well thought as well. Again, big brains. Everyone in this server has got big brains, and they just know when to lean over towards the right bomb sites at the right time and know when these hits are going to be coming from. Really, really well played. A tiny little mechanical thing that I saw as well is that very, very early in the round, we've just seen Hero Waffle get shanked in the back as well. One of the CTs got dinked right down to 1 HP, and he ended up running down into connector to bait himself so that he could get killed so that Connor could pick up that other frag behind him. Really, really well played there.
No, I am glad you picked up on that. It's something I didn't mention because I saw Connor spinning around like a madman trying to finish off the rest of those comp players. But it will be Cray picking up another frag, taking us back to a 2 versus 2 here. Both teams forced up into this round, and it's Demples looking for another one, but it will be BM of the Royal Artillery to clean him up. It's now Cray, last man alive on 20 points of health. He does have full Kevlar and a FAMAS, but the bomb is dropped right in enemy territory here on the B-bomb site. He would have to do something absolutely fantastical if he wants to pull this one back into the favour of the infantry and inevitably win them the round. Does he spot the head there? I don't think he does.
I don't
He
think he
does,
does.
however,
Oh!
spot that head. Goodness me, what a great shot from Cray. But no, it will be Bazman on the MP9 to wipe the floor clean of him.
Tough times now for the infantry as the money is not great and they are going for an eco now. Really, really tough. This should slip to 11-7 here for the artillery. They've done really, really well. It's staying strong, carrying on that momentum into the second half of this game. But we got 3 flashbangs over here. So although we've only got upgraded pistols and no armor, we've got a few naughty flashbangs. And I wonder if they're going to catch a few of these early peeking CTs off guard. BM, I think, has already seen a little bit of pressure coming over towards him, the fountain. He's going to be retreating down into the connector. The flash comes out, which he'll be able to peek up on. He does manage to peek a load of guys with their faces over there, with their faces over their hands over their faces. But the storm into the A-bomb site. Hero Waffle going to get that $800 for his boys as he gets the bomb down. And that's fantastic. Even if they get completely demolished now by the FAMAS rifles, as they come back in, but Hero Waffle though is going to get big RTM as well, picking up a frag on the 6. This is a terrible round. This should have never ever gone the way for the infantry. It's not done yet though. But Hero Waffle picks up another one on Skoyex, and it's only Bazman on his own in a 3 versus 1. He's been dinked and he's gone.
Hero Waffle finding 3. Sorry for interrupting you there. I got quite ahead of myself. As I said, my ad-libs coming through.
Absolutely. I mean, God, unbelievable there. That I was saying right at the start, this should be 11-7. This isn't even a looking into this round. The flashbangs, they didn't even need the flashbangs. It was the P250 headshots that saw them through. What an absolute brawl of a round.
You've cursed the poor Royal Artillery here. Hero Waffle finding 3 one-taps with the P250. What an absolute abomination! Either way, no way are we going to see a reverse with USPs. Surely not. Connor finding a blinded kill with the USP onto one of the infantry players. That will be RDM. Big JD looking scared with his own P250 out in B water whilst the bomb goes for a full rotation through T-spawn back to this A-bomb site. There will be 2 eagerly awaiting pistols on this A-bomb site, but if Cray can finish off one of them, he makes his own life a lot easier. And if you can find the second one, in fact, there is no second player. I've lied to you all. The second player is currently coming up the staircase, now making his way out onto the truck position. And a great grenade onto Bazman will knock him down to 43 as Crate slowly pushes his way into bank. Sees the initial USP player. Will he be able to find the other one? He sees his foot. Whether or not he actually registers that or not is another question. And Hero Waffle with the PT50 is going absolutely balmy and keenly to finish things up onto Big JD. Means infantry will bag themselves a 9th off the back of an incredible pistol performance.
What an absolute seesaw of a game so far. It's going back and forth and the infantry pulling it back and making us think that it's not actually going to be an absolute walkover by the artillery there. I thought the exact same as you there, Tom. I thought that there was definitely 2 CTs over on A as well, and I thought there was a wicked crossfire or something that the poor old Cray was going to walk into there. But no, the nade stack, though, absolutely nuking the back of Fountain, but it's not going to do too much as Cray sits back there with the AK. But all these CTs doing a big old pistol rush down by the Fountain. But I don't think the T's know about it, though. I think they're executing smokes in over towards the B-bomb site anyway. Skoyex moving down the stairs connector. They're getting so unlucky with their timings. They're just not quite catching the back of the T's at all. Goodness. RDM absolutely melting the face of BM on the 6th as he comes round. Oh, no, absolutely. RDM pick up another. This should be good for a 3rd here as well. What an absolute clean-up. Little Henry Hoover there. Infantry annihilating artillery on that anti-eco round.
Oh, I love the Henry Hoover comparison. RDM, the Henry Hoover in T-Spawn, manages to pick up 3 eco frags. Because who doesn't love eco frags, you know? I mean, just quickly worthy of note, Demples is going 3 in 14 in round 21. That is something that's probably going to have to change pretty quickly if they want to stand a decent chance of closing this one out. But for the time being, thankfully the heroics of... Oh my
Oh,
goodness, Hero Waffle, what a flick through the wall onto the head of BM. Absolutely
just his
gorgeous stuff
knee.
coming through from the man. I know, that was incredible. Goodness gracious me. Sorry, back to the task at hand. Connor gonna find one in trade, but Craig immediately clawing one back, and another one on this B-bomb site. Absolutely balmy stuff. And now it's Demples. Demples picking up his 4th frag of this game, will now be planting the bomb on this B-bomb site. It's all down to Connor now in a 1 versus 4, and I'll be honest with you, I don't fancy his chances. And I would be
No,
correct in that statement
absolutely.
as RDM mows the 4-man down from behind.
Demples, bless him, putting the wheels on his desk chair and rolling up to his desk, turning up at the game, and yeah, fair play to him. He supports his teammate to lock down that B site, comes in and gets the bomb down as well. What a massive clean round there, and again, the AWP shot right at the start of that round by that slow peeking CT from Party really just opens up that side of the map, and it kind of got the CTs guessing, oh no, is this going to be a read? Are they going to come over towards A? But they actually just bowl into B, even though there are lots of the CTs there, and they just roll in. But this is an anti-eco round. Only the Deagle's in. RDM sticking that Molotov there. No one's going to be safe behind those barrels, although Bazman will run away somehow. Oh, he's going to be found. A homing grenade there. Connor picks up, though, a Deagle one tap onto Cray and Big JD as well. The Deagle power is going absolutely insane. RDM shutting down that short construction position as they move in to plant the bomb. Demples with Skoyex is so close he doesn't know that he's there, but Skoyex I think is moving right close to him. This smoke. Demples,
he's on the bomb.
Oh, what fantastic play! What fantastic play to just wait on that bomb. Demples becoming the man of this few rounds here.
I was going to say, if Skoyex managed to pull that defuse off in the smoke, I think I would have just cried with laughter. The balls on that man. I can't even comprehend what possessed him to think that would work, but at the same time, much respect to the man. Now Connor coming on through with an AK, seeing if he can pick up anyone on the exit. Yes, he can. That's 2 going down. It won't do much because their economy is booming, but rebuying an AWP and full util is always a costly affair. Connor does actually pick up 3 in that round, so that's something to be proud of at the very least.
Absolutely. That's just like you've just had a really expensive meal at a restaurant and then there's a huge tip at the end. Really, or you know, when you get someone that walks out and you have to pay their half, and that is exactly what just happened there. Lots of T's thinking that they were carrying over a lot of weapons there, but it wasn't going to happen. Although they're stacked, and Demples is absolutely being the cash cow right now. Not many kills, but he's wielding all the money. But tiny little nuances like that could be massive. Even though the AWP missed first, I can't believe that Hero Waffle missed his first shot, but Cray just stepped in and absolutely finished his dinner for him. Absolutely beautiful kill there. Big JD, they're thinking, where on earth is this hit going to be coming from? The smoke's coming to short. All standard utility right now, but they keep losing that player towards that fountain party position. The CT's Royal Artillery just not being able to control that middle portion of the map at all.
I think I'm going to throw the rest of this round to you for a second, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely fine. RDM picking up a beautiful kill there through the smoke, trying to get a bit aggressive there. The CT's trying to get this information. Cray, oh my goodness, I don't think he was expecting to see a CT there at all. Big JD manages to pick up that kill as they come in over towards the A site. Demples again being the man with the bomb, the man playing that OBJ. And the bomb comes down here on the A site. That smoke is there to stop these 2 CTs coming in. The Molotov over towards the van, the flash in through it as well, but Demples is watching over towards the van position, and I think the only place that these CTs could be coming from is Bank, but the Molotov comes in, and I don't think it's going to be doable at all, although the smoke comes in, the flashbang at all, he's completely white. Demples picks up that kill, free kill there on Bazman, and there's only a 1 versus 3, he does have a kit, but it's not going to happen. It's Demples, who has been so quiet until now, absolutely rocks it out,
And well, I'm now back, so never fear. That was a great round.
Good.
I came just back for the end of it. Thank you very much. And it's good to have you with me, because it means I can run out into the corridor and tell people to be quiet. But nevertheless, that's what happens at university, you know?
Of course, I remember the days.
Well, it's my second week here at the University of Nottingham. I'm having a great time in lockdown so far, and Hero Waffle will be opening up the round, finding an AWP kill onto
Ooh.
Big JD to open up this B bomb site push. Skoyex finds a trade through the wall, but it's Keeney to get that refrag for the infantry, and now the B bomb site belongs to the T's. Bomb will be planted, and what looked like a game in the favour of the Royal Artillery is starting to swing pretty heavily in the favour of the infantry, especially if they can pick up this round. But have I spoken too soon? BM gets a headshot with the FAMAS onto Demples. Bazman finding Keeney. It's all down to Cray. Cray in a 1 versus 3 situation. And I think I have just reiterated our caster's curse. It will be a 10-second defuse, so he can find the first. He's spraying through. He's not going to be able to find the second. It was ever so close, clipping him through the edge of the wall. But it will be an 11th round for the Royal Artillery. And as my producer from above says, it was indeed a spray control too wide. A tragic tale. And quite literally the tail end of the player on the bomb.
What an absolute upsetting way to finish that round. Although the infantry have lots of money, and I just baffled that the artillery are now on the back foot though as we come to the closing stages of this first game, because this is the Royal Artillery pick. I mean, I'm not saying it should ever be a stomp. These guys are both fighting for third place. These teams are quite evenly matched here and playing just as well as each other in the league, but to see the artillery here, 13-11, they needed that round. Absolutely. What an absolute cracking retake. But look at these smokes. Look at all this utility coming in towards the B site. And this boost here. RDM manages to pick up. He's not going to be able to capitalise on it, I don't think. He does, RDM. And this as well. BM manages to kill the person that was boosting him through a tiny little open door there at the bottom connector. What a fantastic way to trade it back to make it 4 versus 4 again. The Molotov, they're pushing them back out of this water position, saying, no, you will not come over and contend for this B bomb site. That was a friendly Molotov, sorry, in my ear here. What an absolute scene's coming over as Big JD knocks off the face of Demples over towards this. But Cray, in return, absolute seesaw game, but Cray hits the balance.
No, that's absolutely beautiful stuff from Cray there, landing both of those shots when he is needed to show up. They have 43 seconds left on the clock, and Cray is looking for another frag, and he gets the timing! Skoyex will fall in the water position as well, and it's now all down to Connor, again, in the 1 versus 3 situation. They have the bomb site, and Cray has the 4th kill of the round. Beautiful AWPing from Cray. 27 and 17, this man is on fire!
What an absolute... It doesn't even matter how Demples is playing when Cray is just absolutely lapping up everyone's dinner. He's that really big kid at school who's just taking everyone's school lunch, and he just doesn't care. He doesn't care how he looks at all. But we've got double AWPs as well here on the T side. They just don't care. They're almost playing it like a pug. And the timings and everything is absolutely fantastic. Keeney slipping around the back here as they tried to go for that flash around Fountain. I think they didn't see that CT crossed over, but BM got found out anyway in the end. He's not going to be able to sit on the wide off angle around the Fountain there. These smokes coming over or towards the B site. The bomb, though, is the back of Party, so this is only faking it. Trying to sell something, but Cray, how on earth is he allowed to get away with shots like that? And the artillery, I don't think, deserve to win this first map if they're playing like that.
I don't quite understand why they're opting to tap with the MP9 at such close range. I know it's not the easiest spray to control, but at the same time, at that range, all you need to do is W and left click, and the kill is pretty much guaranteed to be yours. Cray finally removed from the equation as Big JD forces his way out of the staircase. But Hero Waffle with the AWP will be finding the edge of the player model as he walks up onto the A bomb site. Hero Waffle taking Bazman clean out of the equation as well, leaving it all down to Skoyex, and Keeney finding his head. Means it will be 15 rounds now to the infantry and a 15-11 scoreline. That's 4 match points.
That is match point taken by the infantry on a map that isn't their pick, and that was the double AWPs that I was saying right at the start of that round. They picked off Cray there on site thinking, right, we can come in. Never, I think, in their wildest, dizziest daydream did they think there'll be another AWP there at the back of Bank, knocking out the players, rotating up from the back of B. What a horrible, horrible thing. I know I'd be saying to my fellow teammates in that situation, why the hell is there a second AWPer in Bank in that position? Big JD, though, he needs to see if he can bring this back in some way. But RDM, they're moving in onto this B-bomb site with conviction. But Bazman's going to trade it back. It goes back to a 4 versus 3 as it favours the Royal Artillery. Oh no, and I think that's bombed down as well there. This should be wrapped up here unless we see something heroic from Hero Waffle. Over to you, Tom.
That's so unlucky. I think was it Cray or he ran out of ammo or Keeney ran out of ammo down in B Monster. He probably gets both of those kills if he doesn't have to reload halfway through. But the reload sound means he gets swung by two different players and down he will go. I'm not going to say it's impossible for Hero Waffle here, but at the same time, it's going to be a difficult task for him to overcome. He's already walked straight past BM. I'm not sure if BM has realised this yet.
Oh no.
No! Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh god! He's now cornered, and oh no! Not again, Hero Waffle! You've been so good. How have you done this? And now he's gonna get flanked. He's on 1 health. He's getting flanked. This is an optimal knife kill opportunity
Something
here.
could happen though.
Oh, the timing as well. It's all gone wrong for Hero Waffle in this round 27. Oh god, that was quite hard to watch, I'll be honest with you.
Really unfortunate timing there. I mean, I really thought for a second there, as that player peeked in from water, Hero Waffle might be able to just pick up that AWP and then just run off then to the B bomb site whilst the other player is behind him from T-spawn, but it wasn't to be. But nonetheless, we are here, round 28 in regulation. 15-12, Royal Artillery not looking like it's their map pick at all. They are playing catch-up, but they do have an AWP out now. 3 AWPs in the server, not something you see very often, and we're seeing 3 players over towards this B bomb site. The analytical heads here for the CT. BM picking up a lovely frag. Connor picking up a lovely frag as well. What an absolute cleanup. But Demples, will he show up? Will he go massive here at the end of this game for his team?
If he finds that second frag on the B-bomb site, then I think they stand a pretty decent chance of getting something done here. But he is looking the wrong way. He's got nades in his hand. Oh, but the MP9 hasn't decided to swing him yet. I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning behind this is. But now Big JD's been given ample opportunity to sneak up on his left-hand side, and down he will go. Dimples won't be smiling with any dimples after getting mowed down from the side. And it will be Big JD to find Keeney as well. That's bomb dropped, and it's all down to RDM. RDM instantly wiped clean by the AWP of BM. And a Zeus just into the air, just to rub it in. He don't need
just
no
the party Zeus right there.
Yeah, party.
Yeah, no, he's on cloud 9 with Zeus right now. He's loving it. He's up with the Greek gods at Mount Olympus. Zeusing it off. What they just need to get there. Literally, they've got 1 foot on the finishing line. They just need to cross it. They just need to carry themselves and just haul their bodies over this. They cannot let the Royal Artillery close this in. They are not laden with cash anymore. They don't have the utility, but they do have the AKs. They don't have the AWPs anymore, though. So they need to brawl their way. Connor, though, oh my goodness, he manages to get a T swinging up. He almost manages to get that as well. If Cray and RDM can open up mid here and shut down the toilets, that'll be scary. But BM is retreating to site. He knows that if he falls, that is the A defense gone. And that will be an absolute horrible retake for his teammates. But look at this. The bomb is going to go down connector, I think. And it's going to go down to that one player who's waiting in water. And it is Big JD, though. Big JD could do massive things. Oh, no, this is the thing. And there's 3 terrorists over here towards the A bomb site. Are they going to come back down connector with that call, or are they going to still commit to it? My mind would be screaming to go back down here with that guy pushing over there at the B bomb site. From B. B is completely unguarded right now.
Oh my!
He doesn't care. They're going to move in and get these kills. It's only 4 versus 2. This could be the closing moments of this first game. Bazman moving in from behind the bank here. BM holding. What a beautiful angle there. What an off angle there on that left-hand peak as he crosses round. Big flash in over towards the site. This is horrible, but there is a player coming behind them.
Oh no. You can't let this fall apart now. One player had 17 health, but it's now down to a 1 versus 1 situation. It's all down to Cray and Bassman, but Cray goes all the way round through the back lines to demolish him as he makes his way onto that A-bomb site. He had absolutely no idea where the last T was hiding, and that gives Cray ample opportunity to close out our first map of Overpass. And what a map it was! How did you enjoy commentating on your first map here at Lions League?
Well, that was absolutely brilliant. And that's my first taste of Lions League, and this is my first time ever actually casting with another person. Usually I'm on my own, so it's really nice to cast with you, Tom. It's been absolutely brilliant, and what a fantastic game there! And as well, I just love the balls on both of those teams there. They had all the CTs waiting for that T push there at the end on the A site, and even though they had a player sneaking up through B, they knew that B was open. They were still just going to go in and just fight their way to victory. An absolutely well deserved win there.
I mean, yeah, they really did fight that one tooth and nail to the very end. I think it was what, 15-11. It started to get quite close. On that last round, it was the Royal Artillery who did get the entry, and they almost get a second one. If it wasn't for a bit of a whiffed spray, the AWPer doesn't manage to find his shot in mid either, so he's forced all the way back to the site. I tell you what, if Big JD doesn't push through connector there and try and go on the flank. Obviously, he wasn't to
Yep.
know there were two players in connector, but yeah, if he doesn't push through there, I think they might actually have won that round, and it would have been a 15-14 scenario, and obviously they would have been on nothing more than upgraded pistols and SMGs. But no, we have ourselves a victory on their opponent's map pick for the infantry, and what a fantastic win it was. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that's always going to be disheartening though, losing on your own map pick. So if I was to put it over to you now, as we go into train, and this is not their map pick now for the Royal Artillery, and they are going to be starting over on that CT side. How do they come into this? What have they got to change to make sure that they don't have just what
Well,
happened there on Overpass?
obviously, starting on a train CT side is I'd say 9 times out of 10 the more advantageous side for any team. If they can absolutely hammer in some rounds early on, if they can get it to 9-6, 10-5 scoreline, I'd say they'd be comfortable going onto their T side. If they can just deny any info, any map control from the infantry on their own map pick, just demoralize them, demotivate them, and in turn bring their own morale up after that crushing 16-13 defeat on their own map pick, then I think they stand a pretty decent chance of getting things done on their opponent's map pick. And as you said, they are so evenly matched in skill level, which is why they're both competing today for third place in Lions League. And I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but we are just going to go to a quick 5 or 10 minute break now. We'll be right back with our second map, which of course is Train, so don't go anywhere. It's been a pleasure. I've been Sneaky Beaky TTV. This has been, well, I'll let you say your tag.
How do you say that? It's Nikon Raktani, so a bit of a mouthful there,
Nikon
but it's been an absolute
Raktani.
pleasure.
No, it's been a good one. We'll see you all in just a moment. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It is again me, Sneaky, and Nikon on my left or right, depending on what way you're viewing this on the stream. On my right, thank you very much, voice from above. And well, without much further ado, we are going to be getting. I've completely butchered that intro, haven't I? Well, excuse me. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to say, welcome back. We are going to be going into our second game of Train very shortly. That is, of course, the pick of the infantry. And but before we do, let's quickly just run over what we've seen on Overpass from both of these teams so far.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We saw the Royal Artillery. It was their pick, and at the start of Overpass, they were coming in hot and heavy. They got themselves a big 4-0 lead right off the bat, and there wasn't really any need to slow it down, get out the utility or anything like that. They were just coming in and just pure mechanical aim, winning duels. And then suddenly the infantry, they got themselves their first big buy. Round 5, they brought out their AWPs, they brought out a full set of utility, and suddenly when the Royal Artillery started peeking through these smokes, these one single players out off guard and completely untradeable by buddy systems, then they just started getting picked apart completely. And that's when the infantry, they just stuck at it then. They got their CT lockdown, switched over to the other side, and they just, again, so surgical, so kind of methodical in their ways that they came into the bomb site, certainly helped by Cray on the CT side, AWPing in
Oh,
that monster tunnel.
definitely, yeah.
Two
Ooh.
headshot collapse there through the smoke. What a monster in the monster tunnel.
Yeah, I think did he end up with three collaterals by the end of that game, or was it just two and then a third
He
lucky
didn't
one
quite
through
hit
the
the third.
smoke?
Yeah, a third
Yeah,
lucky one through
yeah.
the smoke, and what an
But
absolute guy. I mean, I love it when you see stuff like
regardless,
that.
oh, definitely. But regardless of the collaterals, his raw aim throughout the entirety of both halves, like obviously a little bit of a rocky start in the first 4 rounds, but goodness me, after that, he was absolutely obliterating everyone coming in his direction. He got multiple 4Ks, and did he actually end up with a 30 bomb? I think he's like 29, 30 kills to round out that
He was
game.
pushing it. Yeah, he was pushing it,
Showstopper.
wasn't he?
He really
Yeah, no, I
was.
didn't actually
And
see his KD there at the end, but he was definitely
I mean,
pushing the boundary right there at the end.
hats off to the man, really. Just domination. And we can't take away from the rest of his team either. It wasn't just the Cray show. The JDM as well, the man with the stupid amount of M's in his name. And RDM, not JDM, that's another player from another team on Lions League. Please excuse my heinous mistakes. But yeah, there was a couple of really big show-stopping performances from individuals across the board, and even the people at the bottom of the server. They showed up on both sides when they needed to.
Absolutely, but I'm really interested to see how they turn up now in this second map. Is Craig going to carry on that crazy momentum, or is he not going to feel as comfortable over on Train? But Train is their pick, so Craig may completely carry on and just put that all back in his hands, and maybe round 4 or round 5 on this new Train map, and he might absolutely show up and be opening up on this T side really early on. And yeah, I think I really want to see Demple show up as well. I don't think he really shone bright at all, but here we are straight away into round number 1. And we can see one smoke, a few flashbangs, and the nades coming in as well. And there it is, the smoke in the middle there. But Big JD doesn't care as he wipes out the face of Cray. And that is their top fragger gone as well. BM will pick up another, Squix will pick up another,
Oh
Big JD another.
my
What a surgical round there for the Royal Artillery.
domination!
Was that all headshots?
Yeah, that was a team ace of all headshots. No, it wasn't. That was not a team ace. I take it back. Connor was robbed by Big JD, and it was almost a team ace of all headshots. And it will be the Royal Artillery buying up into this round. Everyone on a rifle bar Connor and Bazman. They've got full util and a scout and an MP9 in tow. Not that it's going to matter against. Well, it's basically just Glocks. They've got two P250s, but oh my goodness me, I say it's not going to matter as a team kill coming in to start us off. RDM then finds another, but okay, that was quite something. There was a team kill, and then everything just went wild. A great spray down, and
A little
Big
bit
JD
scrappy there
got
at the bottom
himself.
of Ivy.
Yeah, a nice triple for Big JD there.
But here we go. AWP already out in the hands of Cray. These first 2 rounds, though, these looked like absolutely they were just, pre-meditated strategies there just being executed off the bat. There was a full A main kind of pistol strat coming in, then obviously a big old Ivy rush there. So It's going to be interesting to see how they adapt, because both of these, plays where they've all been premeditated didn't work for those 2 rounds, and maybe they need to be a bit more reactive, pick off kills with this AWP. But how hard is that going to be now that Cray has been absolutely mushed up there like a mashed potato with the HGs and A main?
Oh, well, I mean, like a mashed potato indeed, he has well and truly been dominated by the Famases at range, despite having the scoped weapon advantage. It is now to a 5 versus 3 for these CTs, and they are laughing all the way to the bank at the same time. They've got SMGs all over to farm money with. They're doing decent in terms of economy. Even if not all of them survive this round, the infantry won't be able to buy it properly into this next one regardless. And it's not looking great for them at the moment, especially now that their AWP has been lost.
Absolutely, and you can see they're trying to chuck away the guns there, trying to hide the AKs in Ivy, and what a smart thing to do, because they know that these CTs are actually just carrying over their bonus weapons, like you say, SMGs. But is RDM going to check this close left? Is Skoik's going to swing out? What an absolute beautiful swing with the MP7. He's got backup as well. Demples manages to find one, but he can't find the other, and that's the bomb down and an AK retrieved, just the AWP. They need to try and carry this over for Cray for the next round. This is gone.
Yeah, you're completely correct. 20 seconds left on the clock, and gone is, well, the most fitting descriptive word to put in there. There's nothing Hero Waffle can do. No time on the clock, no util on the poor man. A Glock in tow if he gets pushed by multiple players, and if they do choose to push him off the time, he's in a bit of a rocky position on $0 to his name. I don't think he was quite close enough to Connor for him to hear him scope in, and he will just about manage to save that AWP over into the next round. But 3-0 to the Royal Artillery. They're doing exactly what we said they needed to if they wanted to take their opponent's map pick. They're coming in hard and heavy early on.
Absolutely, like you said, this is CT-sided if done right. And I think, obviously the side of the map is definitely who's playing it better, but Artillery are definitely playing it better. But look at this again, another big premeditated strat, a big lean over here towards the B site early on. They've obviously got a good idea of what they're doing. The smoke comes in early down the bottom of that ramp. They're going to push through it with a beautifully timed flash. Bazman won't be able to easily spray down that terrorist coming through, but the Molotov from Connor will go over there to stop any plants which are coming in. But the T's are slowing it down. They're not going to come rushing in, but what can I see around the back? Is that a player going around the back of CT Spawn? He's completely... I thought he was going to whiff that then, but Cray... Absolutely insane. That could have completely discombobulated the whole CT side. They're guessing what's happening. Bassman gets dropped as well, right in the middle of B site. It's all gone wrong. BM does pick up a frag there with his AWP. The bomb can come down now by Demples. What on earth is going to happen?
I mean, I don't know what on earth is going to happen, because it seems once again... Oh my goodness, what a flick from Big JD, excuse me! But, no, I was going to say, the pistol's coming out to play today, as we saw in the first map, and now we are seeing ourselves now. I've said now so many times in that sentence, I've just lost track of everything. And Connor somehow surviving that onslaught from behind. But it will allow Big JD to tap the bomb in the meantime. Hero Waffle not in the best position. He does only have an AWP to get things done here with, and he will find the first, but Connor's sticking this defuse, and that will be a 4th round on the board for the Royal Artillery.
A little bit too close for comfort, though. At what cost do they win that round? Round four that was there. And they only just managed to stay in it with that kind of last guy there picking up the defuse after his teammate had died. And I think had that been a one-on-one there, where he was just tapping it, trying to look up and fight the AWPer as well on Heaven at the same time, I don't think that would have been a round win. But all of that was opened by Cray slipping around the back there with that P250. Oh, but BM, though, not allowing Cray to take that peek from A main, as we see players at the back here. AK chuck to Demples as they throw it into the bin. Throw it away so that no one can save that weapon. Look at this big play in through Ivy, though. That is Ivy control gone.
Cray's had a very rough start to this game, I must say. Going 1-5 compared to the monster numbers we saw him put up in the last map. And it will be again a man advantage to the Royal Artillery after they remove the AWPer with that initial stellar peak from BM from the connector position. And yeah, Hero Waffle getting mowed down as well. It's not looking fantastic for them. All 3 players cooped up in Ivy. If they all swing together towards the back lanes, a great shot from Keeney on the AWP. Means it will be back to a 3 versus 3, but he does miss a second shot, somehow escaping from Bazman there. He's gone for the re-peek actually, and it will be paying dividends as he finds Bazman. Some reason just walking across the gap in the smoke. Connor picks one up on the trade. Demples to find the head of Connor. It's now to a 2-on-1, but BM gets gifted that kill onto Demples. In the meantime, Keeney picking up an AK, shifting his way all the way into Sandwich. I don't think BM is any the wiser for the time being. He could actually get this bomb plant, and if he plants the bomb on top of the bomb train, he should be safe for the time being. But
He
no,
needs to
he's
be
going to
quick,
plant in
though.
a very risky position. You're right, he needs to be very fast, but he backs off just in time. Hopefully he doesn't get spotted under the train, but now he's given up his position. He sees him in Ivy. I don't think he's registered it. Oh, but the shot's missed, and down goes BM. A great 3K from Keeney in that round. Will back the infantry, their much-needed first round on the board.
Fantastic play, and Keeney just wasn't a name we were saying much at all on Overpass the last game. We were saying Cray almost 3 times around with what he was doing there, and he's not carried on that momentum, and maybe this is Keeney's time to shine, and maybe this is where Dimples is going to be shining as well, because RDM as well, who is a really strong player for the infantry over on Overpass, isn't shining either. So the infantry, that was much needed for them to come in here. Look at this fast play though from RDM. It's an anti-eco round. They've only got pistols. This should go their way anyway, but RDM coming in with a big old mop to mop up all of that juice spilt all over the floor on the A site. Royal Artillery are gone as we slip into a rifle round.
Well, I don't think that's juice. I think that's the remnants of the Royal Artillery side there, as they get absolutely slaughtered on that A-bomb site. I mean, the idea was there, rushing with those pistols, but unfortunately they get trapped. The infantry side coming down through Pop Dog and out of A main means there is no escape for those CTs on their 5.7s.
Absolutely not. Completely white there as they clear out. And look at this big play again out towards the A main. Just the swarm of terrorists coming out here. CT is trying to rotate back in through B, through the connector to get up into this site. RDM watching the 6 here. Keeney picking up another kill. But Connor, BM, Skoyex absolutely dropping off. And it is only RDM. That happened so quick there. There was a massive swarm onto the A-bomb site.
Wow.
But the retake from the artillery was so clean then. So quick as well to drop all of those kills and so effortlessly.
Yeah, I could barely even comprehend what was happening. There was just kills flying left, right, and center, a couple per second. The fact that the infantry had a 2-man advantage going into that, and for them to lose it so quickly, I think it got down to a 2 versus 1. That was stunning speed at which they managed to retake the site, and with 2 players left alive, despite being 2 down to start off, that's really impressive stuff. But RDM is so fast, instantly cleaning out the ramp player, but oh no, lining up a smoke, he's gonna find 2! Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic play from BM. Hero Waffle finally shutting the poor man down, but I think for the time being, the B bomb site is gonna. Oh no! Oh, RDM, that was rocky. But now the B bomb site belongs to the infantry. Bomb going down. Big JD in the back lines will be joined now by Skoyex as they look for some kills. Oh no! A missed shot from Hero Waffle. That's going to be so costly. The grenade coming in as well. Oh, they've done it again! What a beautiful retake. That is absolutely stunning from the Royal Artillery. Again, they don't have the man advantage. They don't have any say in the round, but somehow, some way, they make it work again. This is just rubbing salt in the wound. Infantry, they've had the plant, they've had the man advantage, but they're just missing easy shots.
Yeah, and that gets me really, really worried because they're on the attacking side and they're getting into the bomb sites, and they're attacking well, but these retakes from the Royal Artillery, and that doesn't fill me with any confidence that when the infantry do get that switch at halftime, that they're going to be able to defend, because they can't defend these bomb sites that they've just taken. And so how are they going to be able to defend when they go over to CT side? Because the Royal Artillery retakes on this map are so quick, and Connor is so quick to pick off Demples there in A main as well. This has been really, really naughty. But 2 guys died with nades in their hand that round. Oh no, and Skoyex is just going to get a free kill on RDM in the back. Pick up another one there on Cray, another one out there in Ivy. It's all falling apart for the infantry. A guy nearly getting picked off with a nade in his hand again. And they're just thinking in Ivy, do we save? Do we go for this? But what an absolute heart-crushing, like you say, rubbing salt into the wound. They're losing so quickly, these fights, these choke points that they come in, or whether they're losing these retakes. But whatever happens, the action happens so quick. and the infantry can barely have a moment to think, what did we do wrong there?
Well, I tell you what, the infantry. Oh, no way. Basman, completely unexpected positioning. We'll be finding Keeney's head as he walks up the staircase, and Hero Waffle is in a position to get at least one trade. But, oh, actually, Hero Waffle has a free B bomb site. If he's quick here. But no, Connor with that orb will be moving into position now, shutting down probably any attempt at a plant. No, I take it back. That will actually be the bomb plant going down for Hero Waffle. He manages to make his way back over to green train or grey train. And he's got a decent enough position to at least try and get something done here. Flashbang's coming over. Oh, no, the reposition wasn't expected, but he runs out of ammo. He doesn't have enough time to flick round onto Big JD as he pushes him from behind. And it will be another round for the Royal Artillery. I mean, you can't necessarily fault Hero Waffle. He got 3 massive kills in that round. And for the fact that he even manages to find the bomb plant is an impressive feat. It's Demples and Cray really sort of holding the team back, I'd say. I mean, we can't. It's unfair to pin all of it onto them, especially a couple of rounds ago when Hero Waffle's whiff on the B post plant is what cost them the round. But I mean, it doesn't exactly help these low numbers coming in again from Demples and surprisingly coming in on the back of Cray.
Yeah, after that performance on overpass as well. But the thing is, there's big holes here in the infantry start. Oh no, Connor through that smoke as well. What an absolute terrible, terrible thing to happen. But the artillery are getting up into these weird positions. As you can see, the bomb or a player went down there. Oh, Connor just seeing the elbow there. Really, really brave as well, because that T up there on Heaven does get the right hand peak advantage there. He's so brave to come and take that fight. He's going to swing back into it. He may really catch someone off guard here. Oh, he does. He manages to get Keeney as he comes in. But these CTs have been playing in such strong, weird position. Bazman picks a kill there on Cray as he comes out the bottom. The last 2 terrorists up here on the B Heaven, trying to think about coming out through this Heaven onto the catwalk. Oh, Connor hits a leg shot. Hero Waffle.
No way!
He's just going to let through 2 shots. They're not doing anything. They're just getting blasted through smoke screens. This terrible Demples now really, really unsure what he's going to be able to do. He will just be hunted, I think, here. The artillery are just going to absolutely bully him.
God, Connor has X-ray vision. Like, that's what, 2 through the smoke? And he lands 4 shots through the smoke in that round. An actual flawless round from the Royal Artillery there. Every single player had 100 health coming to the end of that round. What in the name of all things Lions League is happening on this train game?
Crazy. And the infantry had a full buy as well. They had utility, they had an AWP, they had AKs, and to not even take a speck of health off your opponents. Wow, that's really, really unnerving. And this isn't their pick. And I really am wondering now, are we going to see the 3rd map on Mirage? What do you think?
I mean, I don't like to call things this early, but goodness me, I think we might be heading in that direction. Especially now, the Pistols again running into this crossfire. They're not even going to be able to take a single one of them down thus far. Orp is there to back up the teammate. Connor finding another through the edge of the box. And it's a 2 versus 5. They could potentially find Skoyx on 16 health, but he's already fallen off to safer positioning. Oh, I take that back. He does get felled, but BM finds another one through the box. It's all down to Keeney, and I say it's all down to him. There's not much he can do here. 1v4 with nothing but a deagle. It's just, and obliterated by a nade. Great frag onto BM. The AWP getting very overzealous there, but Connor's holding the angle from top of the train. They've got another man in back Ivy. That will be Bazman. And the grenade coming through again. Won't actually do any damage this time. Keeney toying with them for the time being. Oh, and Keeney down to 3 health will probably be going down. Yeah, that was rough position for Keeney to be in there. A decent 2K.
As soon as that flame carpet comes in. Yeah, as soon as that flame carpet gets put down behind him, he has to run forward. And that's really, really horrible position there. I mean, always meant to go that way with the pistol buy-in, but what a horrible way to go down as it's 9-2. And we seem to be flying through this first half. There doesn't seem to be these long, drawn-out rounds like there was on Overpass, because even when they come in and get sight and you think, oh, infantry have got the man advantage, here we go, they just get absolutely surgically picked apart. And Big JD, pre-firing, he goes into Pop Dog. He must have heard that drop. But Hero Waffle does manage to trade it up. the Molotov from BM as he jumps over to see the edge of this smoke from the bomb train. He may catch someone off guard here. No, but Keeney's going to be there as well. Keeney, a name we're saying more and more often for the infantry side as he seems to be finding impact frags. Connor,
Oh,
though, picking off
Cray.
Cray in the back here.
Oh,
Connor
my.
again going absolutely nuclear. Hero Waffle trying to find his way in, and it's Keeney trying to find. Hero Waffle does pick up one. Will he find another? He does
Oh,
find
my,
another. This is
Hero
absolutely
Waffle.
insane. 2 versus 2. Do they decide to just bin it off?
No,
Bassman, though, gets the
so
bomb at the back of
close.
Hot Dog. I think that's this round done.
I'd have to agree with you there. Although we can't rule out Keeney just yet. He's got an interesting position. He's heard Connor scoping in. Oh, and just misses the timing. He knows the last player's in Pop Dog, so at least he can conceal himself from them for now. He's been mollied again. He's not had a great time with fire in this last 2 rounds, but thankfully there's a gap behind this one, so he can stay in cover. Now making his way out towards the bomb train, jumping on top of it, seeing if he can suss out either of these 2 CTs. He does have 30 seconds left on the clock to at least try and get something done, but he doesn't have any utility to flush anyone out, and you're not going to be able to find anyone through that box just yet. Keeney, in the meantime, it is going to be falling
down
off,
the
I'd say.
Yeah. He should be saving this,
Yeah.
and I think he is going to be able to get away with saving this down in CT spawn. A smart move, but again, what a crushing way to lose another round. 10-2 for the Royal Artillery on a map that isn't their pick. And, you know, I always love it when you see a team lose on a map, you know, that was their pick, because it's almost a bit like a, well, you know, you deserve to lose it. If you're not good enough to play on a map that you picked, then you deserve to lose it. But to lose in this fashion as well, because I mean the Royal Artillery did fight their way on Overpass. They didn't lose it by taking an absolute shoe-in, led down. It was 16-13, but this is an absolute kick-in, and the infantry need to pick it up. They need to wakey and get some executes going and be able to fend off these horrible surgical retakes. Keeney missing that AWP shot. Is he going to go for it again? He does manage to get Big JD. Really, really good kill, but here they come. They're going to pop out of Pop Dog.
He finds his 2nd kill of the game with that AWP shot onto Big JD there. He's had a very, very rough half. But Cray is in a position to get instantly picked off by BM there. And if Hero Waffle isn't careful, he get picked off as well. But he peeks the angle too quickly for the AWPer to comprehend. And it will be a rush onto this A-bomb site once again by the looks of things. There is a player in Ivy, and Keeney will be there to pick him up, saving the life of Demples. Connor now looking under the bomb train, but instead RDM runs straight into his crosshair. It's back to a 3 versus 2 now. And we've seen the Royal Artillery win so many of these man disadvantage rounds. It's unreal. Hero Waffle, though, his repositioning is intense. All the way through the back lines, and Keeney finding Connor in back lanes regardless means it will now be a make that 2 versus 1. Hero Waffle and Keeney have everything to do. Bassman does have a smoke and a kit, and he's going to start sticking it. They need to start getting rid of him quickly. They're spamming through the smoke, but oh no! The bomb defusal coming in. The knives are out. The pistol's in play. Both of the AWPers aren't going to be able to find anything, and that will be an 11th round on the board for the Royal Artillery on their opponent's map pick. This is just absolutely abysmal from the infantry.
That's another retake they've lost. They get onto the bomb site, they get the bomb down. They're so good at getting in there. Their T-side is great upon entry, but it's the second half of their strat, the second half of each round, where they need to then turn the defense on. They just can't do it. They pick up these, look at again, Keeney with these great first kills. They do this every round, and they get really good man advantages, but they just can't seem to get and then just defend these bomb sites. And look at this, BM, they just allowed to just retrade kills elsewhere. It just doesn't matter. RDM, what a shaky spray, but he does manage to get it in the end. But I cannot believe there that the Royal Artillery managed to get the smoke ninja defuse right in the middle of 2 AWPers as well. That's crazy.
I mean, if they managed to win out their post plants, I'd say the scoreline would be 9-6, 10-5. But we're now heading to a dominant, maybe even like 12-3, 11-4. Well, I'd say 11-4 would be generous at this point. Maybe 12-3, 13-2. I mean, we've seen some ungodly plays from the Royal Artillery here. So many, like, man disadvantage plays where they still end up winning, and Cray is so slow on taking down the Skoyex there. Keeney finally finding another one. It's a 3 versus 1 now. If they lose this, I've lost hope, I'll be honest with you. Bassman has a lot to do and not much money for the last round, so he might want to consider saving here. And I think that's exactly what he's going to be doing. He's got full utility, full Kevlar, and a kit with that M4 in tow. The rest of his team's economy isn't looking fantastic because, you know, they have been winning these rounds, but they've been making them super, super close. And obviously making a round close isn't the same as winning it, but at least it is stunting the economy of your opponents.
Absolutely, yeah. And it means that they're not going to be able to just pick up these last few rounds for free. And it would be great to see something like 11-4 now on this side for the infantry, because I think they need something to get their teeth into. Otherwise, we really won't be seeing much of the second half at all if the Royal Artillery pick up that pistol on this second half. But this is going to be really interesting to see how they play this last round. I really think this should be the round of the infantry right now. Look at the weaponry, full utility, full loadouts up against, Big JD's coming into this with a deagle, and then we've only got 3 rifles and 1 MP9. So, but we're going to see fast pressure up towards A main here. Big contact play, but Hero Waffle just storming down hell past Olaf, and he's going to be at the buffer. He's going to take out Big JD, but that's not too important because he only had a deagle. They need to find these riflers. They need to deal with this bigger problem. Skoyex comes in with the rifle. Ooh, lovely flick. Keeney is waking up, and he is becoming the name that we are saying more and more. But it was crazy to think that we were saying a minute ago, what do the Royal Artillery need to do to get into this? But it's the infantry that now I'll be saying at halftime, what do they need to do to stay in this? As it's only Connor now from the connector, manages to find one at E-Box, but he does get traded out as it's the end of this first half. And I ping the question to you, Tom. What do infantry need to do CT side now to make sure that they don't get absolutely swept away with the tide?
I mean, realistically, they need to start off, well, obviously winning the pistol, winning the follow-up round, and hopefully winning the third round off the back of that. But I'd say if they want to stand a proper chance here, they need to win a good 6 rounds in a row, bring them up to 10, because that's at least keeping it in contention. And obviously the infantry. No, the Royal Artillery have proved that this is possible. It is the infantry who are on 4 rounds. That is the HUD. It will refresh itself in just a moment. But it is BM to get the entry frag here. Making his way around. And it's Connor to find a second. The CTs are falling apart here in this pistol round. BM spinning round, finding Hero Waffle as well. It's all down to RDM on 6 points of health. This would take an actual miracle for him to win out this round. But oh my goodness, he started well. 2 brilliant headshots, almost gifted to him. Oh my goodness me. He's going to find 3, shooting out the windows. He's going to walk across the line of sight of the final man of Big JD. Can he get this round done? If he can, this would be in. No! He looks away at just the wrong time. That was an absolutely incredible display from the man. I can't believe it got that close. So unfortunate for him not to be able to close that one out. Oh, I was really rooting for him there.
Scary, yeah. What a perfect series of one-taps there, but that might almost be the nail in the coffin that seals this down 12-4 now. And when you said just at the start of this half, they need to be looking at chaining 6, that's a big ask at Lions League. This isn't Pug, this isn't matchmaking, but look at this. Royal Artillery come balling in with a B play here. They're going to burst through the smoke, but it's just not going to happen because RDM's just going to get his lawnmower out and absolutely mow down everyone that comes towards him. Connor left with a MAC-10, his box of bullets, which might not do very much for him now. And look at RDM, the aggression here with his MP7. He doesn't care as he mops it up to make it 5-12. That, again, CSGO is such a massive psychological game too. That might give them a huge confidence boost to make them stay into this. But like you say, it's a massive ask. They need to chain together so many rounds now to even think or look like that they're staying in this series.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, the fact that they do win the second round after losing the pistol will give them a confidence and economy boost. And like on the back of Demples, he's choosing to stick with his SMG. In fact, everyone is sticking to their SMGs for the time being, except the AWP now on Keeney, which I'd say is a wise decision, apart from the fact that BM has just demolished RDM with a P250. That was obscene, so to speak. No way should he have won that, especially because the MP7 was not blinded. But Keeney now, swinging out, finds Connor. Here's one on top of Green Train. He needs to be so careful. Oh no, please. Please don't tell me the
No.
Pistols are going to win this one as well. Okay, it's back to a 2 versus 1, but the AWP is now in the hands of Skoyex. He's being mowed down by an MP9 and a MAC-10. Grenade coming in to finish him off. It's a nice Kobe from Cray, but that got stupidly close for Comfort, and they can't even
Horribly
afford... Well, they
scary.
can afford to buy up an AWP, but they can't really go for full util and armor. Yeah, RDM's going to be stuck with the smoke for the time being. Keeney sticking with his SMG, as will Cray, despite this being a gun round. So the infantry win that round, but at a huge cost against nothing more than P250s.
Absolutely, and how horrible they didn't really have the awareness there that the terrorists were just bowling straight down these trains to get really close. And look, it's happening again. They're closing the distance. Big JD running straight in. Skoyex running in as well. They're so quick at closing that gap from A main and just rolling into sight. And oh my goodness, as he comes in here, Skoyex Keely just came through and got absolutely blown away. Hero Waffle, he needs to get some return kills here. Dance around this E-box. He does manage to get it and make it to a 2 versus 2. Scratch that, 2 versus 1 as Connor finds Cray as well. Hero Waffle needs to do some kind of heroic play. But the Royal Artillery, absolutely perfect with these entries. So good on the T side, just really getting in hard and fast on the A main position. And really, really making it difficult for the infantry. Look at this, they're playing really close together. A buddy system, watching each other's back, being able to trade for each other straight away. And Big JD will find that kill on Hero Waffle to make it 13-6.
What an impressive display of Counter-Strike there. As you said, they closed the gaps, closed the distance on the AWPers and the unsuspecting riflers holding down that A bomb site, and they just obliterate the CT defense. Like, they do well to take it back to a 2-on-2, but that is only due to the heroics of Hero Waffle, and there's only so much a Waffle can do to get you back into a round. Your teammates at least have to try and get something else done off the back of that. But no, there's this is looking like a pretty solid game for the Royal Artillery here. Keeney does find one, as does Cray.
Ooh.
But BM, another... Oh, he sees a leg, and that's all he needs. Goodness me, what reactions. Keeney decapitating BM in the meantime, but Connor and Bazman are still on the scene. And now it's just down to Bazman in the 1 versus 1, but he's against a pistol. And again, they're losing the man advantage plays, and I don't know how they're losing the man advantage plays. But they are. It's 14-6. What do you think of this, Nikon?
Look at that scoreboard, though. Look at your right, at the bottom right on your HUD. 2 of those guys, 3 and 5 kills. Cray and Demples just aren't fragging at all. They haven't even hit double digits yet on the kills, and that is what the difference is right now. Although Hero Waffle and Keeney are absolutely picking up, that pudding and getting those kills, it is just nothing compared to the Royal Artillery. All of those guys are hitting 15 to 20 kills right now, and they are all playing their part in this tale. And the infantry, these guys who are really weighing down the team, need to show up now. But look at this lineup. Look at this predetermined strat. Yeah. The flash comes out of A main. Oh, he does blind himself, though. But there is a player in Pop Dog as well, and 3 in Ivy. This is going to be a big predetermined hit towards the A site. But Keeney reads it. He's being so good this game. I feel so bad for him that it's almost at the end of it, and that the infantry don't really stand a chance when Keeney has shown up so much. But that smoke over towards the left side allows them to cross over the backtracks. Keeney has completely wiped out this side of the attack, though. There's only 3 terrorists left coming out of Ivy. As the full A-bomb site, they need to clear it. Connor finds one. Hero Waffle will find the other, and it's only 2 players left moving in towards the A-bomb site. Keeney finding another one. There's one more left in hell who may show his face. Big JD, he's going to catch Keeney. Oh, what a lovely clay pigeon shot there to pluck him out of the sky mid-air. But he's not going to be able to get this shot as Cray, lovely jubbly, straight into his angle. And these are the kind of kills we need. Cray, bless him. I think that was only, kill number 6 for him. So unfortunate.
6,
so
yeah,
they need to be fragging.
Yeah, Cray and Demples don't even have double digits between them. Like, that's very worrying in round 22 of the game. I'm not sure if I've lost you or not, Nicola. Sorry, that's alright. Yeah, I'll throw it back over to you. Continue where you left off.
Sorry. Here we go. A big flash here from Hero Waffle as he goes, and he's going to find everyone. He does find one, but he does get mowed down as well. As we see a big play in towards this B-bomb site, although that nade followed up by the spray from RDM, fantastic anti-eco round. They only had the pistols anyway. They're only hoping to come in and get a bomb plant and maybe save this AWP that BM has stolen from Hero Waffle earlier in the round. But That was scary for a minute. I would have loved to see Hero Waffle get a mad one, but here we go. Keeney just knows it's going to be an absolute pickup there. 14-8. They need to chain these rounds. They don't have many chances at all to stay in this.
No. No, I like that they switched things up, but they should have read that the economy wasn't great, and the fact that they send their AWPer running into a stack of pistols, it's a bit of a dodgy one, if I do say so myself. Obviously, they were not to know there would be a stack of pistols in the B upper halls, but it looks like they're going to try a similar strategy again with all 5 of the T's running towards B upper. And they do not have a care in the world as they run into the B brown halls. Grenades coming down onto upper just to ensure that no one is sneaking up with an AWP again. And util is being deployed all over this bomb site. 4 util damage done onto Bazman as he runs out of ramp. And oh, BM! He's going to fall down to his death after getting tagged 99 by an AWP. Hero Waffle in the meantime looking for more, and he will be finding Big JD. Keeney on the flank now. Sees one, and he will take down Connor. It's a 2 versus 5. Finally, they have a decent enough man advantage to get the job done, and all they need now is a defuse. They have ample opportunity to grab that final AK onto Demples if he so chooses, and a 14-9 scoreline is the best we've seen them at so far. 14-9 is a lot more winnable than 12-4 is all I'm saying to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great retake there. And again, it's Keeney who is just, look at him. He's almost pushing that 30 bomb himself. 25 kills. He's only 5 away. And he is just staying alive. He is the bulletproof monk right now. And as he cleans up through those back calls, he's not letting those T's retreat back up into the back of B. They're not letting them play that upper heaven position to guard that bomb. And that nade is just going to melt people away. And Keeney again is the man talking about as he holds down this push in. Cray does find another nade here. Bassman will pick up a deagle kill, but it doesn't matter because Demple will be picking up those kills. And it's only one guy left, Skoyex. But Hero Waffle is right here behind him. It's just going to shoot him in the side, and that's the end of that round. So quick, so methodical, even though it was an anti-eco. Round 25, and it's 14-10. It's coming back.
Well, Nikon, they are doing absolutely fantastic damage, though. Like, despite being on all of these eco rounds, they are always getting out of there with at least 2 kills and a lot of damage, if not 3 kills done onto the CT side. And I mean, obviously, that is the aim of a slight 4-spy eco round.
Ooh.
But now that they're back on their weaponry, BM with the opening frag onto Cray will give them a lot of confidence. Hero Waffle unable to trade, only tagging Bazman down to 42, and that's more than enough health for him to play with, as he's so proven so far. 5 versus 4 situation. They haven't had an entry frag in a while, but when they do get entry frags, they tend to capitalize. But saying that, RDM will be finding the head of BM as he peeks through a main. On top of the bomb train, an unexpected position perhaps. And an interesting flashbang coming down, blinding a teammate in Ivy as the T's make their way towards this open B bomb site. Oh no,
open
they've
B.
gambled.
They've gambled. Yeah. They've completely gambled on it being A, that massive call. That's such a rookie mistake there to pull everyone away. So bad, because they're going to have to play a retake here. And although we have seen some cracking retakes, there's only 1 HE and 1 flash. This could be really hairy. Keeney isn't really able to push out through Con. He does manage to push out through it. The bomb goes down, though. It is 4 versus 4. This is going to be really scrappy, really fast-paced here. Look at these T's blocked down here at the bottom of the back of the B site. There's 1 CT up there on the catwalk, which will be able to just rain bullets down.
Oh my
but Bazman will be able to find that kill.
But
I'm not even sure if that was through the smoke or not. That was so quick, but Keeney is up close. But look how many people he has to fight. And the back halls are occupied as well. Connor finds one as well. This is so hard. They're not going to be able to retake this at all. Keeney does find one. But there's so much time gone on that bomb. I don't think they've got any time at all to take it. There's not even a smoke or anything to take it. He does find another one. He has the teammate watching his back. Oh, this is going to be so close. This is the last guy here. I think he just needs to stick it, but it's not going to happen.
No!
Match point has just disappeared, slipped through their fingers.
Can I take a moment to pick apart that round with you? Right, so their first mistake was rotating everyone over to the A-bomb site. Their second mistake was not only using 1 smoke on that Molotov interconnector that wasn't that dangerous anyway. They could jump through that, taking maybe 15 points of health if they went around the edge. They threw their second smoke there as well, meaning they had nothing for the ninja defuse if that had to come through, which inevitably it did. And Keeney, I think, was one of the people who threw that smoke, so he was unable to
Yeah,
do the ninja, and that ultimately cost him the round, I'd say, because he goes Super
absolutely.
Saiyan, so to speak, finding 2 kills, and it was just a collection of blunders that led to the Royal Artillery finding match point on their opponent's map pick.
And I think that's just a case of pressure where they know it's match point. They know that they can't run away and save those rifles, and then that retake's too hairy and they need to just say, you know what, let's run away and leave this. But I realised that they used one of the smoke on the bottom of that connector, but I didn't realise that it was 2 smokes. And look at that, it's another wasted smoke that didn't actually make it over to heaven there and lands at the bottom of B site. They're just not quite sharp anymore with this utility. And it's not that great at the moment. But look at this. The bomb is at the back of the B halls. And I wonder if we're going to be seeing a big lineup of utility blowing down onto the B site. Ooh, but RDM knows that someone's over towards the A main. And look at that. That's going to pull that player all the way back in CT. Hero Waffle has all the way gone to the back of connector, ready to maybe read that it's going to be A. Oh, Cray will find one. Hero Waffle finds another. And another from Keeney. What an absolute wipeout here. And Bazman trying to get what he can done, and he does get swapped up by Keeney as well. It's only Big JD. He does find one. He needs to get this bomb, but there's going to be someone watching it. He needs to be careful. He's gone up, and he's seen that there's an AWPer watching it. It's 2 versus 1.
How is he alive?
Oh,
well, not anymore.
Cray.
But yeah, he did very lucky to survive 2 people spraying at him. Admittedly, one of them peaked very, very late. But Keeney has 30 bomb, ladies and gentlemen. 30 in 17 is this Madman's score, which is even better than Cray's KD in the last game, I believe. He had 17 deaths by the 20th round or so, but this man is bonkers. Keeney has been playing lights out Counter-Strike the entirety of this CT side, and this does not look good. They are sending, is that an AWPer? Please don't be an AWPer. No, it's a rifler up against 4 pistols after he removes the head of 1. But Big JD gets him through the side of the box. Finally now, a rotation comes over, but have they over-rotated? If these pistols choose to go down Pop Dog now, they could get in a bomb plant, but I think they are going to continue towards this B-bomb site. I'm not sure what RDM was doing there. He will spin around just in time to get the kill, but Bazman with the Tech 9 will be jumping down off of Catwalk. Cray finds another one, but it's... Oh no! Bazman's going to find another head! Cray with a grenade kill means it's now a 2 versus 1 situation, but Bazman is in the back lines. He sees the head of Cray, and Cray doesn't see him. He's going to be spraying him down as he drops down from that position. It's now Demples versus Bazman, and we've seen Demples' performance so far. He's 7 in 18. That is very much reflective of how he's been playing. I'm sorry to say it, but he's not had a good performance on either of these maps. I think he knows where the bomb is, but Bazman doesn't know where Demples is. Slowly making his way over towards Connector. He sees him and it's a 1-tap to round things out. A 4K in that round for Bazman. What a brilliant final round from him. They fall to nothing more than pistols in the last round of Train on their own map pick. What a terrible way to lose your own map pick. Goodness gracious me. Nikon, run me through that last round, the game, something. Let me just process what's happened here.
I'm not even sure what to say. I mean, what a disappointing play there from the infantry. I mean, they did string a few rounds together at the end there. They had the kind of opportunity to just boost their morale because I think they knew. I think there was a point there where we all knew this is going to go to a 3rd map now. The infantry have just, they're not grasping this. You see a boxer in the ring and he's just getting slowly beaten up. And that's exactly what happened to the infantry there. The artillery were just absolutely bullying them on everything. On all of their retakes was so quick and surgical. And there was one great round there from the infantry towards the end there where they did just absolutely melt the T's that burst onto that B site. But there at the end, it just got a bit messy. I'm not sure who that was at the bottom of ladder. Was that Bazman or someone? Was it Big JD or someone? But they were just kind of playing not a great position. I mean, a great position if you have Heaven watched, but he was so deep in that B site. He lost that rifler early in the round up in Heaven at the back of B halls, which meant that he was there on his own then down at B. And when you're that close to the entrance of B lower and B upper, you can't just be flicking around 180. It's not at that level of CSGO. You're not up against Novas where you're just going to get guys looking into the sky as they come into a bomb site. So, and that is just where it went wrong. They pushed too deep there on that last round up against pistols, got 1 tap through a box. The last guy then just couldn't take upper and lower on his own, and it ended up being like a 4 versus 3 retake. And just just what a play there to get close. And again, closing the distance, always closing the distance they were, that T side for the Royal Artillery. And I really don't know. I mean, you tell me, what do you think we're going to see on Mirage as we go to this best of three? Who's got the edge?
I well, I mean, I've always said it. Mirage has always been one of those more puggy maps, and I mean, Fenris's side recently did get me to eat my words a little bit because their utility usage was fantastic. By far, the best utility usage I've ever seen on Mirage. They looked like proper semi pros themselves, but they were what they were doing is they were using so many fake smokes, throwing them from the complete opposite side of the map, and like setting up fake executes, and or they were like the Ghost Army, pretending to be in one place and then showing up in another and absolutely demolishing a bomb site. And that was the 16-1 game I had the pleasure of casting on Tuesday.
Wow.
But but for this game coming up, I don't think we're going to see another 16-1. I mean, we got close on train for a little while. What was the score like? 9-1 or something along those lines. It was balmy, absolutely balmy. But I've had another mythical voice in my ear popping up telling me 16-3, so I do apologise. Mirage was a 16-3 scoreline, not a 16-1. I've so been told. But no, what was I saying? This map Mirage going into it, I think it's going to be more evenly matched, and I think the best aimers are definitely going to come even more into play here. And if Cray can wake up on that AWP, they're going to stand a
He
much
dropped
much
off,
better
didn't he?
chance on the side. Yeah, he disappeared. Didn't even
Yeah.
get 10 frags by the end of the game. But yeah, if
Yeah,
the AWPer can
absolutely.
show up in Cray, and if we can get I'm so sorry, I've forgotten the poor man's name. Demple. If Demples can show up as well and put up more than 10 frags, which he's failed to do now for 2 maps in a row, then yeah, the infantry do stand a very good chance of taking this 2-1. But as you said, it's been a game of reverse map picks, really, reverse map wins. So it's hard to really
Yeah.
predict what an outcome will be.
And so they're obviously going to have a knife round to decide which side they start. And what if you were going into this? What side would you rather start as on Mirage? Would you rather pick the CT or the T side? And would you rig the
Well,
knife round yourself and let yourself get shanked?
well, I wouldn't rig the knife round because that wouldn't be very nice of me now, would it? Wouldn't be very
That wouldn't be nice. That would be
sportsmanlike.
nice. Of
But
course, you actually get to choose, don't you? Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't really mind if we have a strong AWPer and good team play, then I'd say CT side. But if it's like a very puggy game, then I'd definitely say T. My favorite position on Mirage is just diving down underpass and potentially killing the
Wow.
window
Yeah.
and short player by just hopping on the bench. But I don't obviously that strat isn't going to work if it's a fully functioning team with decent level of counter stratting. And I think it's pretty fair to say that the Royal Artillery had some very good counter stratting, especially in their first half of train, and then they just bodied them like throughout the rest of the game. I mean, they had a lot of eco rounds where they were just building up confidence and economy, and they didn't really
Yeah.
care what the result of those pistol rounds was, obviously, until they won that last one. But yeah, we've been informed by the heavenly voice above, that is producer Alex, to wrap things up here. So without further ado, Nikon, if you have anything else left to add just before we run into this break.
No, not at all. Please hang around because this best of three is going to get spicy, and both of us can talk to a blue in the face, but we have no idea who is going to win this and take third place in Lions League. So hang around with us after this short break.
No, nothing, nowhere, or no one to find. We follow the moonlight, chase after the sun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third map of our best of three series here. It is still the infantry versus the Royal Artillery, and what we are seeing here is the knife round. And it will be Bassman getting the first, but it will be RDM to get a trade. We do love a bit of knife round commentary. How about you, Nikon?
It's really hard to commentate a knife round because it's just chaos, isn't it? It always is.
It's just
Although I
slicing,
do love seeing
slicing,
everyone's
slicing.
knife.
Yeah.
It is slicing and dicing, like cutting up all your tomatoes ready to go onto a pizza. And I'm interested to see how they play it. Is that infantry deciding that they are CT?
What an analogy. No, it is Royal Artillery on CT. The HUD will be fixed in just a moment. But can we just go back to your analogy of slicing up tomatoes to put on a pizza? I just want to revisit this for a moment. Where's this come from, out of interest?
I'm not sure. I mean, I used to make homemade pizzas with my stepdad, to be fair.
Oh,
And then,
that's a
but
nice story.
I don't think we ever actually sliced up any tomatoes. Now I think of it, you just buy the pre-made puree, don't you? Oh, BM though will be finding the first kill as we're straight into the action here on Mirage, and I really don't know which way round this is going to go. This is our third map now in our best of three series. For the BM, is he going to find another one? Surely not, as he does find another one.
Oh,
There's another player
my.
underneath him. Connor is here as well behind Demples though. Oh, ouch. The artillery RCT, I've been told from the voice from above though, but Keeney just flying up through the connector position. It's 3 versus 2. Cray looks like he's just about to be absolutely dropped over onto the A-bomb site. Oh no, Squax gets that kill and it's Cray on his own. He's so low. 3 points of health and Bazman is coming behind him. What a bad man. And there it is.
Bazman the bad man.
Infantry.
Hey, yo, Bazman the bad man.
man.
Coming up through CT. Going to be taking down Cray. So that's quite enough of my roadman voice. We'll put that back where it belongs. But it will be 1-0 to the Royal Artillery on their CT side. As we said, the HUD will be flipping itself over soon. Apologies for my roadman-esque mannerisms, interrupting you before you could end your sentence there as well, Nikon. So I'm going to throw it right back over to you with this interesting Nova body on Hero.
You need it. Oh no, RDM blowing his face away and Squirt's gone. The A-site defense is not even standing anymore. I'm trying to find another reference, but I just can't think of one that's funny enough because I'm just so gobsmacked with what's just happened there. Oh no! And Bazman is absolutely wiped away as well. There's just one player left. Big JD coming in through CT. Manages to dodge a flashbang, but he knows he's getting absolutely swarmed. He's getting absolutely
Oh
hunted. Oh my goodness, he
no!
does find two, but I don't think it's doable. Surely not with the HP. Hero, the potato waffle,
The
is about to
Nova.
mince him up
Oh no!
with his potato peeler. There he goes, the flash in as well. Who does a flash support for a Nova kill in CT
Goodness!
spawn? I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
I'm
It's the
so,
first for everything.
Where's the potato bit come from, man? I'm loving this.
It's,
We've got potato waffle. Is he not a hero until he proves himself?
no, I want to see an ace. We haven't seen an ace yet this series, have we? The whole series.
I mean they are quite hard to come by. We've seen a couple of 4Ks coming through. One on the back of I think 2 or maybe even 3 on the back of Cray in that first game, in fact. But well, it is a bit of a firing range mowdown on this A bomb site here. RDM, it's another day at the ranges for this man.
Oh,
A great
no.
transfer onto that player sitting in CT with nothing more than a pistol, and it will be a second round on the board for the infantry. RDM coming up big against the ecoing CTs.
Yeah, the Royal Artillery, they even read the Royal Artillery, they are on the CT, aren't they? Yeah. They read the CT side that it was gonna be an A hit. They stacked all of their players over there, but it did just mean nothing. But it looks like they're doing exactly the same again as they wield 5.7s and P250s, slightly upgraded pistols against this fully bought infantry side, but it doesn't matter. That bomb is going through the underpass. Maybe they are going to be bringing it in towards these stacked CTs, but I have a feeling that Demples will actually be in the apartments here, checking out and realizing that B will be clear, and no doubt that bomb will be called over to the other side. But the artillery just holding firm, just waiting to see if their stack is going to pay off, but I don't think it is. Look at this. Demples now has got all the information, and no doubt that bomb will be called back over. The Molotov at the back of Market there to make sure no one's coming, and here comes the bomb. Down through Apps Cray. Oh no, Bazman wasn't even looking there in that corner. They're probably thinking, why the hell is that guy lurking that far away from the rest of his team? What a horrible thing, though. And I wonder if they're going to try to steal this.
Oh my goodness! What in the
flick by
name of all
Cray.
things Lions League? Sorry, that one caught me by surprise, ladies and gents. That was a holy flick if I ever saw one. That was guided by a higher power, and Temple finding a nice one-tap as well. RDM mopping up, and now it's just BM left with an M4, admittedly, but I'm still quite shaken after Cray's gorgeous flick.
And just to point out, Cray was on 5 kills at like round 20 last game, and here he is already with 5 kills for the infantry. And I wonder now if these boys come into this game all wide awake, they've all had their Lucasade, then we could be really seeing a really strong infantry T side. And the Royal Artillery need to not lose their momentum after they've had this break from Train.
Well, I mean, hopefully they've, as you said, had their break and had their Kit Kats, and hopefully Hero Waffle will be joining us back in this server, and that he will. Now moving on towards this A-bomb site, looks like they could be gearing up for an execute. They are lacking a little in the smoke department in terms of actually throwing them where they need to be if they want to go for a site execute, and Connor will be killing Dimples with fire. He doesn't step out of it, but a great swing from Hero Waffle demolishes Big JD and CT. Skoyex will be trading out Hero Waffle instead. It's a 4 versus 3. Auto Director very much enjoying the pleasant view of the Big JD's limp and lifeless body. We'll have a chat to Auto Director about that later. But in the meantime, the 4 versus 3 still looking to favour the Royal Artillery on their CT side, holding down this A-bomb site firm. They don't know where the bomb is for the time being, and they don't know how low RDM is himself. Well, now they certainly do, as Connor finds his head. He tries to take off Keeney as well, but it's Keeney to find 2. It's back to a 2 versus 2 situation. A man has dropped out of the server. That will be our heroic Waffle himself. But in the meantime, Bomb is running all the way over to the B bomb site. Cray keeping the attention on A. He needs to fire off a couple of shots soon, or else he will just be utterly obliterated by BM. I don't think they realise what's happening here. I'm genuinely surprised they haven't sent anyone over to B. It is a complete open bomb site for Keeney, and he will be planting for Apps, so he can just jump straight back into there. Needs to be very careful he doesn't get caught off as he jumps back across. And no, I think he's done it safely. There is an AWP. BM just about seeing the edge of him, I believe. But he doesn't have enough time to fire off a shot, and now he's going to try and go for the ninja. There's one moving in from Market, one moving in from short. Keeney's holding the angle. He takes down Bazman. It's a great first kill. He reads it really, really well. It's now the 1 versus 1 situation. He's spamming through. BM's only tapped it. BM is going to take some considerable damage as he's, I say considerable as he walks on through, but BM is quick on Keeney's heels, but there's no time
No
left.
time.
He's forced to run all the way back through CT Spawn to save that AWP. There was no kit on the back of that man, as the voice from above points out. There was simply Kevlar, and what a horrible way to lose the round. Great shot onto Keeney, but there was not enough time. And thank you, voice from the heavens. Don't be a loser by a diffuser, indeed. But there will be a quick tech timeout coming in now as we mourn the loss of our fallen hero, Hero Waffle.
What
Do
a
you have
great way to
few
sell
words
that
for
A
this
play
server?
as well. Yeah, I mean, what a great way to sell the A play. They brought it down to it. I think it was a 4 versus 2, wasn't it? And then they managed to get
It
those
was.
couple of kills there. It was an accidental team flash assist as well that got that CT killed. I bet he's a little bit fuming about that. And they get dropped, and they managed to keep that one player there to keep those CTs over there on towards the A site. And it doesn't matter there that they both died because they still got the round on the board. And I would always favour a round on the board over carrying over weapons or anything like that. And as we go into round
No, I
number
agree.
6, really favouring the infantry. They're coming in strong after getting completely their backsides handed to them over on train. And I'm really interested to see how this is going to pan out. I want to see the Royal Artillery. They look at their guns, though. They do have a buy-in here. BM is really sharp with that AWP, as we know. But Bazman needs to find the kills. He's only got 1 kill so far. And Demples, again, bless him, you can see that he's definitely, I think, not the weakest link, but he's definitely struggling because he's not the weakest link because he does carry those bombs and he does plant those bombs so that those high killing players who are comfortable
Oh, that's
can
rather
take those fights.
condescending. He carries those
No, it's
bombs
not.
and plants those bombs.
I am
Oh,
that
give the
guy. So
poor man some credit. Oh,
admittedly,
goodness
I
me.
am the MG. All my friends, that DMG LEM level. I am cash cow bomb carrier player. I am that poor
Cash
guy.
cow bomb carrier.
And it's okay. Everyone has to be that role until they get really good, until they hit that LEM level. And it's a really good way to learn because you get comfortable playing the objective then.
Well, I can't necessarily say it's the best way to go about learning Counter-Strike, but as a solo queue supreme. Oh, sorry, we're just having word in here from our multiple voices from above this time. It's going to be a little bit of a wait as Hero Waffle is reconnecting to our server here. The
Hero Waffle is being subbed
Oh,
out, I believe. So he's
goodness.
actually unable to continue playing. So
Well,
we may be
his
here for a
memory
nice little
will live
while.
on.
He's
Well,
done some
I
massive
mean,
plays. He's been the hero. He's been the potato waffle. We've seen some
he's
great things from him across this series, and I hope whoever comes in to fill his shoes, they are big shoes to fill, and I hope that they do manage to pick up any slack. But although the infantry are in the lead, but they need someone now to just keep the momentum going, whoever comes in their place.
hopefully we won't be having any waffle from this substitute because Hero Waffle was able to stand tall above his condiments. I don't know where I was going with that, but moving on. My producer is very upset that I even tried to do anything there. I apologise to you viewers at home. The puns aren't rolling like they used to.
So if we're looking at Mirage, then, if you're T side, what's your favourite site to
Okay.
hit? Do you prefer going in for that A normal, all those smokes over at CT and stairs and that cross from jungle, or do you
Oh,
prefer hitting over the B site, bursting out those apps?
I love being as annoying as possible. My game plan is so I'm that
I know
guy
you
on the
said you like the
default who
under.
I always go underpass, and then depending
Under
on
to
whether I can
connector,
get
or do you go
myself.
under through window?
No, if I can get into window without dying from like another player in short or vents or whatever, then I'll see if I can pick off someone in jungle as well. If I pick off someone in jungle, then we'll usually go A. If I have to sneak past people on the A bomb site, then I'll providing the vent is already opened, because on the rare occasion that it isn't, it's better to just go for the A bomb site. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I will. If I get the kill on the jungle player or like the stairs player, then we'll go A. If I can't do that, then I'll sneak through into the back lines on B and hopefully surprise them by coming market. because they'll usually be standing either van or apps or something, or maybe bench, and obviously they're not expecting their teammate to have let a sneaky man. I mean, that is why I have called myself Sneaky Beaky, because I love going for those
Sneaky beaky.
awful sneaky plays,
I see it
and
now. So are
also I quite
you the
like
lurker
the.
then? So for your
Um,
designated T side lurker.
I do a bit of everything. When I was playing for a team, I was actually IGL AWP, but now I'm not playing for a team. When I'm in pugs, I love just sneaking up behind people. It's so much fun. So yeah, what's your role on well, you said you're the professional bomb planter cash cow, but surely
Yeah,
that is not.
I can't lie.
That's
I am a brother of Demple's. I am Demple's self-proclaimed long lost twin. Among my friends and among
goodness.
whenever we play games, I am the lovable bomb carrier, and the man who just gives
Oh,
out the guns, brings the money in for the team, and plays that team play. But you can still pick up impact frags like that. You know, even if you're picking up one every 3 or 4 rounds, because we've all been there, right? Where you're playing with guys way above your skill level, but it's the only way you'll get better, right? So Demples
yeah,
will get loads
definitely.
better, and he will just grow. And you never know, in 6 months' time, he'll be sat up there just out fragging people like Keeney and all that on his team. And
I
it's
mean,
only
yeah,
from
that'd
a
be
confidence perspective.
great.
He's executing with his team great. He's always in the right place at the right time. Like you said, that bomb isn't just being dropped all over the place. I haven't been here analysing, saying, "Oh no, they've lost the bomb in stupid places." So the infantry are playing well as a team, and he is gluing with his team. It's just that mechanical gunfights that we're seeing. But to be fair, we've seen everyone have that. We saw Craig completely drop off there on train, where he again was trying to take those alt fights up against BM, and just they weren't quite sharp enough to take the edge off those gunfights. And as great as you can be with utility and comms and team play, sometimes it will just come down in CSGO that you've just got
Ooh,
to win that gunfight when it's presented to you. Although we are going to see our 5th
it's a
man come in
second
now for the
Connor.
infantry. It's a second
It's a
Connor with
Connor off.
teacups.
It's well, we're just gonna have to call him Connor with milk and sugar.
Coffee Connor.
Wait, what's that other INP4 / milk with sugar
INP4.
Connor? I
We
think I'm just
like
gonna
that.
call him like I know. Oh, input 4. That is actually
Input. Should we
just.
call him Input?
That's a,
We like Input.
I believe that might just
Because,
be a naming. Is that a naming glitch?
oh, I see.
Just because he's doing the server, or is he actually put input 4 before Connor, Mister? Well, the producer from above is clueless as to whether that is a server naming glitch or an actual
Oh,
feature. But oh,
no.
Cray, that was not what you like to
Craig.
see to start off a round. He lets one go past his crosshair and then completely misses the shot on the. Oh wow. On the second target, that's not what you like to see early on. But input 4,
Oh,
Connor,
hello.
what a great 180
Hello.
to find the kid under Palace. He's going to find the headshot of his doppelganger on the way. Bassman good for a trade back to the 3 versus 3 situation. Kaney is low for the time being. Flashbang now deployed into the connector. He's going to throw both of them early on, but there's no one there to swing off the back of it. Big JD does give up his position by throwing one in return, and Bassman throwing one over the top, and I don't know where that smoke's going to land. Hopefully somewhere useful for them, but BM on that AWP is hot, and he's ready to frag. Bassman finding another one as well. It's all down to RDM. His head's been spotted, and his head has been, well, actually, his shoulders have been taken off there. Oh, is there enough time? Oh, no.
Now with the
Just
kit. They switched out,
about.
yeah. Swapped
Goodness
out to the player with the
me.
kit. Really good call there. But again, this is what we saw on train. Infantry come sweeping into that bomb site. Absolutely sick play from Milk with Sugar Connor. And he takes out those players there in jungle and connector. But then the retake is so weak. They just cannot hold on to the bomb site post-plan. And it gets me worried again for their CT side already. They need to take a big lead here on the T side, otherwise they may just get swept away again, because we know that the Royal Artillery can come absolutely hammering in when they want to on their T side. But BM was so strong there in the mid position. Cray trying to take that AWP fight, but he just seems to not have the edge over BM. BM does seem to be the better AWPer consistently whenever they go toe-to-toe with their big sticks.
Well, when you put it that way, you make them sound like they're it's child's play. But BM's big stick will be removing RDM from this server. proving to us all that it is most certainly not child's play. Counter-Strike is a gentleman's game.
Oh no!
And Demples will be removing Big JD as he's facing the wall for some reason. But Bazman biding his time, finds one, finds two on this B-bomb site defense. And there is now a man advantage in favor of the T's. Can Milk with Sugar, Connor and Craig get anything done in this situation? BM is on low health, but at the same time, he does have
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Where is Craig
Oh,
gone from?
no!
He finds one, he finds two! What has happened here? Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen! That is obscene! I can't even find the
didn't see that
words! Even
coming.
Skoyex is confused. He flashes himself, he looks the wrong way! Cray with a beautiful 3K with a knife in tow! I am absolutely in shock! What a performance from
happened?
Cray! Where did he
Neither of
come
us even saw
from?
that coming, and even the voice from above didn't even give us a tip. It was almost like he just no-clipped into position, and then we were suddenly like, "Oh my goodness, there's a knife kill coming!" I don't know if he came through mid and maybe jumped through the window and came through market, but what a fact! That was literally round-winning that from Cray, and we were saying that he dropped off on train, but not anymore. But the nuke comes in from Connor, the big nade over there onto RDM. But this is only a pistol stack, and there's only a big presence towards the A. And surely, if they realise that B is empty, ooh, BM will be able to pick up the damage done by Connor there. To get themselves a rifle. I think they know there's one down in the A ramp position as well. And look at this, they're in TV room going over towards B.
Oh, goodness
and this
me.
AWP could just be watching the app's window here as they cross over into it. If they're not careful, they will literally, Connor will just be able to watch the window as they cross over into sight. Bomb's already down onto the site though. Keeney is planting. Oh, there it is. One through the smoke. Connor takes out his twin. And Keeney is dropped as well. It's 5 versus 1. Through the smoke as well.
Goodness me!
Demples is gone and it's 3-5 for the Royal Artillery. What an eco. Wow, Connor.
Well, yeah, that just happened. So, Connor with a 4K on the eco round.
Yeah. I mean, that was the only angle he had to watch anyway. I mean, anyone, you know, it's just like, that was literally because he had 4 other players alive. Everyone else was going to be swarming the bomb site. He had players in mid as well behind him. All he had to do was just stare at the window there. So the infantry, a bad call there to commit to that B bomb site.
They peeked one by one into this eagerly awaiting man's crosshair with a couple of very clean flicks. He more than gets the job done. He bobbed the builder the server right there. He certainly fixed it for the Royal Artillery on nothing more than pistols. But now it's a... what is this? It's a massacre from the aggressing T side. But BM with a lovely shot onto input for Connor. And some nades are thrown into the market. And are we going to see a force buy win this round? BM might try and say something else about this one. Keeney, in the meantime, waiting eagerly with a P250 on the close right angle. RDM waiting for someone to push through the smoke, and he will be gifted a kill there. But unfortunately, Connor takes down Keeney, and Connor flicking over to RDM means he will be picking up the round for the Royal Artillery. The defuse comes in, and what a stunning set of rounds from the Royal Artillery there. They start off with an eco and then a retake. I am just thoroughly enjoying myself as a commentator and viewer, and just admiring the skill of these players in the server today. Obviously, this is not their main job, but some of them are certainly making it look like it is.
Absolutely. What a great best of 3 this has been. BM winning that battle again against Cray. Is he going to get another one as well? But we're seeing it time and time again. Infantry come bowling in with absolutely cracking entry kills, but they just cannot hold the retake. I know they had far less weaponry there, but there was loads of guns dropped there around the bomb site. They did have smokes and stuff deployed as well, but they just cannot hold that post plan. And they really need to capitalize once that bomb goes down. They need to just find their places. They need to think about, it feels like they've got these great like predetermined strats for executing into sites, but it's almost like no one said, right, if we plant for here, then we're going to have a player here or a player here. They just seem to fan out and then just get picked off one by one with no one really covering each other.
The infantry are just begging for the Royal Artillery to make it stop at this point. They're just knocking them about the server left, right and centre. I mean, the icing on the cake for the Royal Artillery was that pistol round where Connor picks up 4 with a majestic AWP triple to round things off. And a great
Oh, no.
flashbang from Keeney, blinding nothing but himself and his teammates. Means Bazman
That
will be
could be
expecting this
game-changing.
push. Oh, he grabs one as he jumps out the window. Input 4, tea with milk and sugar. Connor will be finding Big JD through a smoke. I swear we make his name longer every single time. And BM with a
Oh,
Molotov
no.
and an A kill. He does miss an uncharacteristic AWP shot, but eventually mopping the floor clean, finding himself a 3k in that round, evening up the scoreline here. It is 5-5 on Mirage, on map 3. As I said, very closely contested, but I did not expect it to turn out the way it has done so far.
No, this is for third place, remember, in the Lions League Season 2, and this is closer than anything. I know we haven't seen these best of threes go for an actual third map for a long time, so this is going to be really good to see a 2-1 scoreline eventually, but I still don't know which way it's going to go. Obviously, this round is majorly favouring the Royal Artillery as they pour out of Palace, but there's also Skoyax underneath. Skoyax, I don't think he's even seen that player cross over. Keeney's just been allowed to walk over, and the flashbang means that he can blind him, but BM is here to save the day. And Krea's in apps. They don't. Krea's in ramp. Sorry, and they haven't seen that he's in there yet. But again, the infantry on that last round over towards the B apps, they just hemmed themselves in and didn't do anything. They just managed to get Molotoved and smoked, and they just ended up getting really delayed and held up in those back apps position, and they just couldn't even get their execute going. But here we go, Cray walking really slowly. Squarex is so nearby. He's got the left-hand disadvantage, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, and he's going to fall down. 6-5 for the Royal Artillery as they nudge in front.
I mean, they're doing a lot better than they did on the start of Train, but the infantry have fallen a little flat here. It was on the T side that they struggled in the last map, and I mean, obviously we can't judge input 4 tea with milk and sugar Connor before he he is quite literally the last minute you can get substitute, so he hasn't really had any time to warm up or gel with this team yet. But it's Big JD to get an entry as Keeney tries to go underpass. Oh, too many times have I been caught out by a CT in underpass. It's a horrible feeling. But RDM does get a trade onto Skoyax, and he does see an AWP barrel, but he's not going to take the shot just yet. That's a lot of util being deployed by from jungle, sorry. And the AWPer is out and about, and Connor actually getting a kill onto Demples. I did not see that one coming, but it's RDM and New Connor to find a kill onto BM. It's now a 3 versus 2 situation. Make that 3 versus 1. New Connor finding Big JD, leaving Bazman in the 1 versus 3 situation. He's on short, but he doesn't have, well, he actually has plenty of utility to work with, but he doesn't have any support. The M4 obviously not the best weapon to go up against an AWP holding the angle with. And Cray will be taking him out of this round, and it's now a 6-6 scoreline. It's still anyone's game here on map 3, that is Mirage.
I want to see this game clean up a little bit. It's really scrappy, if you notice. There's, no one's getting really good trades and peaks together. I know it was really good there, but they're kind of like, you're not seeing these default smokes and stuff come out, although we are seeing them now. Here we go over towards the A-bomb site and a clean execute coming in, but we're just seeing lots of one kill and the next kill, utility not being used when players are dying. And here we go again, they're just jumping into the line of fire in Skoyax. And they're not taking the time out. They're not selling a fake. They're throwing in their smokes down to the A-bomb site, but the CTs, the Royal Artillery, have full Batman utility belts to throw right back at them. And so this smoke, as you can see there, that's covering the jungle angle there, it does absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing because the CTs had all the utility to stop that push. And now they're right back at the drawing board and they've lost a man. It's 4 versus 5. And that's the worst thing you can do as a T side, is just go bowling in, straight hot off the press. You need to slow it down. You need to get some fake utility to get those CT to use up their nades so that when you do decide to go for a big old play at the end of the round, they haven't got anything to stop you with. And here we go. You can see that the CTs have only actually got 3 smokes left, but that is enough to deny so much vision when they've only got 2 flashbangs and 2 nades left on the T side on entry now. And it's going to be really tough, but it looks like they're lining up for a B play here. BM watching over to see if anyone's going to come through short. They've let that mid control go because, as you can see, he's got Connor behind him watching connectors, so it doesn't matter where they go in mid, because if they come up con or they move up short, they are going to be shot in the back. But look at this. 3 players coming towards Bazman now. Bazman needs to save the day. There's only 30 seconds. It's absolutely going to be here. Everything or nothing. Bazman made that jump. Yeah, he made that jump, so they knew he was there. Oh, they just jumped. They slipped past him. That's one player. He needs to know if they're all here or not. Skoyax will catch Demples lurking. That's 5 versus 3. This is going to be awful. Cray will find one, though, as they slip into the market. Keeney will find another. This could be a really good defense. This is the post-plant defense
Oh
we needed to
my.
see. RDM picking up a lovely kill there from the market as well. What a lockdown. This is the post-plant defense that infantry need to bring out if they want to stay into this. RDM, he's going to swing on Connor, and Connor has no idea that he's right there, and there's only 5 HP, 19 HP, sorry, left on Skoyax as he retreats back up top mid TV room to save an M4.
And this is exactly what they were lacking on Train. Their post-plant positioning was mediocre at best, and their fragging in the post-plant was just abysmal. They were losing every single man advantage situation under the sun. And now that they have finally won a couple of stellar post-plants, they will have regained a bit of confidence, and they are now back in the lead after quite some time. A 7-6 scoreline for the infantry. It's been pretty much, well, even Stevens all the way up until that round, and it's now seeing whether the infantry can win this half with an 8-6 scoreline, or whether the Royal Artillery can pull this back to a 7-7 and then overtake themselves. But it is going to be a hero buy from Skoyax, whilst the rest of the CTs are limited to P250s, a 5.7 and a USP. It's not looking great for them, but more disgusting wins have been pulled out of the bag by Pistols so far. Oh my goodness me, they've already full flanked RDM. He's going to see one, he's going to see two, he's going to see all 3 of them. I know they're just Pistols, but what a beautiful spray down. Cray is thinking, what the hell has just happened here? I turn my back for one moment and you're all dead. Ooh. Oh, and Connor, the flick onto the head of Skoyax, the only rifler in position to do anything, gets immediately removed. And it is all down to Connor with nothing more than a USP in this 1 versus 5 situation. And I think it's safe for me to say now, there is not a chance in hell of this poor man pulling anything out of the bag here. Maybe an exit frag on a CT player, but apart from that, this round is all said and done. The infantry have done very well here. Bit of a team Molotov, but apart from that, they've won the half at the very least. And Connor might find himself
There's
one
that exit
here.
flag,
Yes,
just like you said. There it is.
Yeah, but... Oh, okay. That was disgusting from Demples. He really needs to go back to the drawing board and learn how to spray and tap, because how the hell does he let him survive with that AK is the real question here. 4-12 is Demples' KD. Can he break it past 10 for the first time in 3 games? We will have to find out in the second half, it seems. But infantry, despite losing 2 men there and sort of ruining my compliments of them, it will be the half one for them. And
oh no!
BM, what a shot onto Gray to open things up. Royal Artillery are hungry for that 7th round in this half.
That's the story of every round, it seems, that BM is just such the better AWPer out of him and Cray keeps going to take that fight with him. He needs to go play somewhere else. Oh no, Connor could just wait there on the box on site and just pick off these frags. That's 2 men down with nothing. They haven't even taken any HP. Saying that though, Keeney's going to absolutely melt the face of Connor, but he's going to be swapped straight out there by BM from jungle. And suddenly, but look at RDM. He's coming up connected. They have no idea he's there. He could swing and get the AWPer. He knows that he's in there. There we go. That's 2 kills. That's Ace Light opened up. Molly over towards the jungle. Smoke in connector as well. That means they can come up and take this plant here. That's Skoyax though on top of the smoke, on top of Ticket. Do they know he's here? No, they don't. He's going to be able to get that kill there on RDM. It's input for Cream Tea Sugar with the scone, and he's going to go down as well. And down they go. What a great plant. They managed to get that $800.
Yeah,
really unfortunate there. What a great attempt, though, to get into that bomb site and get the bomb down. What a great attempt.
We don't need biscuits to stir up this tea. Goodness me, Connor gets very close in that 1 versus 2. Dagging Skoyax down to 19, but he is eventually overwhelmed. That's a great over-the-smoke play there from Skoyax. Despite being full blinded at one point, he finishes off that spray, killing the, I believe it was Keeney or RDM, and that is the 7th round secured for the Royal Artillery. It is, of course, 8-7 to the infantry. The HUD will fix itself in just a moment. Don't you worry, ladies and gents. I mean, we'll probably both get confused as casters regardless, but Cray sliding into the underpass early on is going to spot
Yeah.
one, but will this cause a rotate? Oh, I think it will. Already Demples moving over towards that connector position. Connor bursting out of Palace will be able to mow the poor man down. Oh, and
Ooh.
Connor, what a beautiful follow-up onto Keeney and CT. He's looking for another one, but it's
Oh.
Big JD to find the stairs player of Cray. Big JD finding another one on the CT player. BM finding other input for tea, milk, sugar, scones. I don't even know anymore. Connor, and down he will go in a flawless pistol round for the Royal Artillery. Beautiful stuff on their T side. Excuse me, I need a glass of water.
Yeah, absolutely. They've just emptied the biscuit tin on the floor and kicked it around there. Really, really upsetting stuff. The HUD, I think, has just switched round now. It's the artillery now on the attacking side. Is that right? And that was so unfortunate. They got the read as well, that player that pushed out. And look at them waiting here with the AKs. If there's not going to be any information play, and one thing I have noticed as well from the CT side already is they seem to do massive poke plays. Look at this as well. The player over in B halls, they send their CT players really deep to get map information, but that just didn't work there on A-Ramp, and Keeney no doubt is going to be hunted here. No. Now he's going to be swapped out. Surely, there he is. Scorex picks up that kill, and it's 2 versus 4 on this retake here, but it's not going to happen because BM manages to find RDM in the back. Cray is coming all the way back from around the back. But on that pistol round, you could see they stuck that CT down in underpass as well to go get that information, see if anyone is over at B. But they and it's a really good thing to do to get that information early on to see where they're coming from. Cray, I think, is going to try salvage that, but he's going to be gone. Down he goes, 9-8 there. And the infantry, they need to stay together. They need to play together and not go out and get these, where these one players are dying, they're losing that man advantage. You can get away with losing the man advantage on your T side, but definitely not on your CT side.
Especially on a map like Mirage, I completely agree. And as we go, excuse me, as we go into our 18th round of play here, it will be a rocky buy from the infantry. BM early on spraying down Keeney, Skoyek's gonna find RDM, and Bazman getting another entry. So the A bomb site is completely in the possession of the Royal Artillery. Connor with milk and sugar, yet to find anything on this site as him and Craig get obliterated, quite frankly. And the Royal Artillery bagged themselves an early 10.
Yeah, did you notice as well that they were pushing into apps again? They're going for such aggressive CT play. They're being way too aggro here, leaving themselves open. And there was a guy there getting shot in the back on wood there, trying to get into Palace. And then the player that did actually slip into Palace and could make something happen just ended up getting completely mowed down by the guy coming out Tetris anyway. They need to stop this forward aggression. It's not working for them at all, and the rounds will just slip away if they're not careful. They need to sit back and play the objective.
In fairness, that one was effectively an eco round for them, and so I can sort of see why they wanted to go for the 5-7 rush, because sometimes it does work, but at the same time their actual presence on these bomb sites is rather lackluster, and so is the angle checking for the Royal Artillery on the B bomb site. Connor with milk and sugar will be finding 2. Keeney with another, and it's all down to Skoyex. Last man alive does find the first, takes down Connor with milk and sugar, but it will be Cray to find the trade, and a 9th round on the board for the infantry, and about time it is. Temple still sitting on 4 frags, hasn't got a single one in this second half. That desperately needs to change. As good as it is being a cash cow util thrower, you also need to help your team across the line, and if you don't get more than 10 kills across 3 separate maps, there is clearly something wrong with your crosshair or your res, or maybe just your aim.
Yeah, and you can see that the advantages of them playing on site there really showed as well. Just sitting there under the window waiting. I think he probably... Oh, BM though again, and Cray losing that fight every time in mid. And they need to change it up. They're making the same mistakes again. And I think Cray was probably really used to being one of the best AWPers in his server, up against the people he's playing, because he's taking these fights thinking, I can get this. And maybe he's used to hitting it, but maybe they're not used to playing against this level of play. RDM picking up another kill, though, on BM. BM being returned fire there by the AWP. But Keeney will be able to stop that push there up the connector, which means that they won't be rushed from behind. And this push onto the A side will be coming from in front. Skoyex with the nade onto triple stack. It's 2 versus 3, but there's only a Nova on Cream Tea Connor with milk scones and the biscuit tin on the floor that's being kicked around. And Connor needs to try and get Bazman, who's stuck in this corner. But he's not going to be able to swing out here. Oh my goodness!
Oh, no.
That could have been really hairy. They know he's in jungle. Look, all of them are looking that way, though. Does that mean that they're going to be able to get away with this? No, that it's really not. An RDM here with the AWP. The shoulder peek. One more time. He's going to peek it. He's going to hit it through the smoke.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Good patience, and he just needs to try and hit this. Simple hit stuff like this, but will RDM do it?
I mean, Bazman's in a great position to swing. Skoyex is holding the other side of the boxes. I do not see a world in which RDM wins this one, and that I would be correct in saying. Bazman clipping him through the top of the smoke, and that's another great round for the Royal Artillery. As much as the Nova seemed comical, it's not going to get much done. And well, I tell you what, we've had a lot of fun with new Connor's name. I'd say. Oh goodness! Someone is knocking on my. Whoa! Sorry, I'm a throw to you for 1 second if that's all right.
It's all good. It's all good. New Connor. I think we'll stick with New Connor, which makes much more sense. But look at this big presence by the Royal Artillery over towards the A bomb site. It's a horrible force by Cray, keeping that money, no doubt, for the AWP because he is the AWPer on the infantry side. Bazman watching the rear because they have been known to push. The infantry have been known to come up round the back to get that info play, and the Royal Artillery constantly analysing their own game that they are in whilst they're playing it. But look at that Molotov. Connor is going to completely punish Keeney, who's waiting there on top of the wood frame, and he's going to have to fall back. And they know that from his steps there, they know that there's one rifle close and that he's going to have to fall back. Bazman still watching the rear. Underpass is being checked, as you can see over here on your radar, but BM creeping. Look at that horrible, dirty little angle there, looking over into the jungle position. Oh, he's not going to get away, though. He does see the person cross over, but now he knows he stares. He knows it's coming. He just needs to look. Bazman's going to get the free kill on Cray, running in from behind with absolutely nothing. He's only willing a USP anyway. Great default Molotov there that goes underneath into shadow, allowing him to check out. Demples is hiding in Sandwich. I think they know he's in there, though. Oh, he does manage to swing out and get one. If he gets another one, that's massive. Oh, no.
Poor Demples. He gets absolutely obliterated by Big JD. Big JD's on the hunt for even more heads. Oh, Connor and RDM, though, with the SMG spray downs, they will be finding 2. Keeney finds another. It's now 1 versus 1 situation. But Skoyex is hot on the man's heels. There is no surviving for Keeney in this situation. And it will be a 12-9 scoreline for the Royal Artillery. Are they going to really be forcing up into this round again? I know Cray has money, but the rest of the team really doesn't. RDM gone for a full util SMG buy, but I can't say I really support this decision. They just need to take things back a bit and just wait till they can go for a full buy round. They got a FAMAS with a kit and a smoke. Keeney on an SMG with no armor. Cray has freaking 8k and a USB. What is happening here?
This
I
is
think
like
he
a
might
pug
even be
match.
AFK. Yeah, Keeney's frozen in spawn, it seems.
Look at this big execute now over onto the A-bomb site. The utility coming in, that smoke to stop the visual over there from jungle. And the nades come bowling in, even though Demples will be able to find one. He does get traded up. That's pretty normal. Not much you can do about that, though. But BM and Connor swinging up onto this bomb site here. It's really, really tough. But there's a player coming in behind. They have no idea that RDM is behind with the UMP. I think they've just realised now, though, but he's going to be absolutely wiped out by Skoyex. Again, the Royal Artillery all playing together, playing as a big old hive of bees, and they are stinging as they come in and they get closer and closer to that match point. They are 3 rounds away effectively from winning this best of 3 series, and the infantry have really dropped off after really bullying on overpass.
Yeah, poor RDM though, he's properly carrying. He has over double the frags of the next highest KD on his team, and with I think 23 in 16 or something. He is playing really, really well, but the rest of his team just aren't rising up to meet the challenge, really. It's going to be finally a rifle round from the both teams, with actually Bazman on the weapon disadvantage, but BM is so good on that AWP, especially up against Cray. Cray's kryptonite is quite literally BM. He's fallen to him in mid so many times, and the duels he's taken with BM, I'd say 90% of them have gone in favour of the Royal Artillery AWPer. It's, as you said, he just needs to find a new position, try and pick himself up from there. Maybe even leave mid, just hold the angle from somewhere on the A bomb site or in connector. Hold it so much more passively than what you're doing at the moment, because what you're doing at the moment just evidently is not working for you. It will be Keeney to pick up that AWP though, and he has been doing alright with it himself. Demples will be hiding in Ninja for now. A missed Molotov won't be doing too much good. And it will be
Ooh.
Keeney to find BM. Demples has a great opportunity for a 2k spray down here. He finds ahead of Connor. Will he be able to find a second? No, but RDM most certainly will. It's our 4 versus 2 situation. They now know one is in Palace. They don't know whether last man in is. And oh my goodness, how
The
has
Skoyex is
Skoyex
behind.
found his way into jungle? That is so big. He's coming through jungle as we speak. Oh, but Demple's actually finding his head early on.
Demples.
And Big JD jumping straight out of Palace will be finding one. Can he oh, no way! He finds new Connor with the Glock, making that so dangerously close. But Keeney finally wrapping things up through the box with his AWP there.
And look at that, Demples won that round for his team. He sat Ninja and he was just patient. And he got that guy, that player, that terrorist that was moving up through Tetris out of A ramp. And then he had the awareness to just sit and trade for that kill that came from Skoyex over in the jungle position that wrapped round behind. And he's played that so well. And it looks like we're seeing a horrible little force buy. But look at this, big presence. Here they come, the big choo-choo train of terrorists through into the B apartments. Is this the first ace of the series? It is! RDM, fantastic spray down there. 1 magazine was all he needed. He didn't need to read any more magazines because he just needed 1 subscription to get himself through that round.
And as Dua Lipa once said, 1 mag is all it takes. Possibilities. They were quite endless, to be honest, especially after that frag grenade came in and damaged everyone as they tried to run through the apartments. And, I mean, my pop culture reference wasn't quite as tasteful as yours, but hey, for our younger viewers out there, maybe they can, you know, join in, sing along at home. But Big JD will be opening things up on the server again onto poor old Cray. Cray has had no luck in mid. He's just been absolutely bodied left, right, and centre, and it will be RDM being felled as well. Connor finding Demples looking the complete wrong direction. Keeney with an AWP is in a very awkward position. Connor, why are you buying a Nova? You had the money to buy something decent, but no, you've shafted yourself, Connor. It's now 5 alive for the Royal Artillery versus the Nova extraordinaire of Tea with Milk and Sugar. Connor, I know we said we wouldn't call him that anymore, but I think we have enough time. Big JD with 9 HP and BM on 12, but that's still enough to get them through. They might be in the hospital ward for a couple of weeks, but alas, the Nova does not come to fruition, and it's 14 rounds for the Royal Artillery here on map 3 of our best of 3 series.
Yeah, really desperate times. Look at this buy. Look at that HUD at your bottom right. 3 rifles, an AWP, and Cray is wielding a CZ, and I hope that he doesn't go mid again. Oh no, Big JD just knocking off the head, just tilting necks backwards. And that is so quick, so clean, so methodical. No. He can just sit and tap that as well. They've retrieved the AWP, but it doesn't matter. Demples, he needs to stay alive here. He has got 1 kill. That is the bomb. They know it's going to be an A hit. Wow, that's brilliant as well to move out of the Molotov as well. Reloads, he just needs to try and stay alive. There's a guy in sandwich too. Oh, he does damage there to Big JD, but it's not enough, but it could be enough as they cross into Cray's line of sight. 2 versus 1, and he only has to hit 2 chest shots to close this out. I mean, if he picks up Connor with the AWP here, he can just pistol off Big JD. This could be a win to make sure that it doesn't go match point.
Yeah, but you say that this is much easier said than done. As you said, bomb has gone down, the cross has been smoked, and Cray has to massively readjust his position if he wants to get anything done here. Oh, is he falling off towards B? Is he actually going to go for this? No, he's coming back into the jungle position. Was he unsure of where they planted? Or is he just playing this really safely? Because obviously the economy on the CT side is shattered. It's in pieces. There is absolutely no way they will be able to afford a proper buy in the next round, despite it potentially being the last. But Cray, yeah, he's actually going to be saving this all the way through underpass back into television room. And this is going to be the 15th round for the Royal Artillery. 4 lots of match points to work with. Exactly the same amount as there was on Overpass for the infantry to work with. And what a display we've seen today.
What a great best of 3 series. Lions League Season 2 third place, and it has been fought with absolute in a noble fashion, definitely. And look at this buy-in though, it's awful. This, I would be absolutely amazed if the infantry picked this up. They've got 2 FAMASs, 2 SMGs and 1 AWP. It's not going to be enough. BM already swings out. They're committing to the A-bomb site. That's 2 CTs already dropped down. The smokes are coming in. It's a retake game already. Connor finds another one. It's 2 versus 5. I think we are about to see the closing seconds of this best of 3 series. Craig getting that HE land right nearby. The Molotov keeps him in that jungle position, but BM swinging around the bottom. Oh, just manages to miss Connor there. But it's 5 versus 2. The lockdown, the bomb is down. It's not against them at all. That flashbang absolutely ruins poor Connor with milk tea, sugar and cream. That's the end of Cray. 16-11. The best of 3 series slips the way of the Royal Artillery. What are your thoughts, Tom?
Well, I tell you what, that is not the result I was necessarily expecting, especially after our initial overpass. Here we are. We've gone the full length of a best of 3, almost going all 30 rounds on every occasion. And what a fantastic lot of Counter-Strike we've seen today. It's such a shame that only RDM realistically was showing up for the team on that Mirage game. If everyone else had shown up to the best capacity that we've seen them at throughout this best of 3, we would have had an absolute blinder of a game on our hands. But it is what it is. We are wrapping things up here now. And, well, I've certainly enjoyed it. It's a pleasure for me to be your first duocast duet. And
Thank you.
I'm going to let you take this away. Say whatever you want.
Well, thanks, man. It's been absolutely great. I mean, it's a great pleasure to see the Lions League. It's such a shame to join it so late because I would have loved to see the league right at the start and see that go right from the start through the end. But third place there, taken by the Royal Artillery. Absolutely great set of games there. Such good play there by everyone. And like you say, if we'd seen Cray on Overpass, Cray show up on Mirage, we could have seen such a different kind of game there. But he just kept trying to take the same fight with BM. And that's always, sometimes you get into those psychological battles. CSGO, like I've said so many times, is a psychological game. And you can get locked into that game with thinking, I am a better AWPer than him. I will kill him this round. But he just kept doing the same thing again and again. And they kept making the same mistake, the infantry. Great takes, great bowling into sites, but couldn't get the lockdown after the bomb went down. It's been an absolute great best of 3 series. I truly think the better team that performed up and turned up well on the day took their victory. Such a shame that one player did drop out there for the infantry. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to hand back over to Tom to finish off this stream. It's been a pleasure to cast with you, Tom.
Well, yeah. Right, hold on. It's Nikon how do I pronounce that Twitter handle?
Raktani. That's close.
Raktani. Nikon Raktani.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so as always, I've been Tom Taylor, or Sneaky Beaky TTV on Twitch and Twitter, and this has been my wonderful co-host for today, Nikon Raktani, in real life and on Twitter. So yes, as always, it has been a pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed casting tonight, and for the first time in, I believe, 4 weeks, we have gone the full length of a best of 3. So you've had a dazzling couple of games to watch tonight, and hopefully we've dazzled you with our casting. But that's enough of us rambling on. Go and enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you will have a wonderful night, and that's all from us. We will see you next time, and that's probably going to be next Tuesday. So until then.